Welcome to Indiana High School basketball on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Coca-Cola, Culver Portside Marina, Nepco Crane and Equipment Services, specializing in mobile crane service, Dairy Queen of Winnemac, Patrick Auto Group, Farm Fertilizers, First Farmers Bank and Trust, Lawrence Farms, Mark's Body Shop in Knox, Zingo Express, Pulaski Memorial Hospital, Stark County Co-op, Ancilla College, The Auto Park with locations in LaPorte, Plymouth, and Bremen, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, Collins Insurance, Howard's Marathon of Winnemac, and 5 Star. The Coca-Cola pregame show with Mitch Columbi and Coach Terry Minix is next.
Coach McPherson, do you know why you always hold a special place in my heart?
Why is that, Paul?
Because you showed me that I could do great things beyond the basketball court. I'm Paul Knighty, commissioner of the IHSAA, and this is Hall of Famer Herb McPherson, my basketball coach from North Posey High School. Mentors like Coach McPherson play a critical role in the development of young people.
Mentors show us what we're capable of. They challenge us to grow. They help us reach our full potential.
And they set the bar high, higher than we've set for ourselves. Coach, you did that for me.
Thanks, Paul. That's what's great about high school sports. It gives student athletes some of the most meaningful mentors they'll ever have in their lives.
Thank you for being that mentor for me, Coach. Let's all support the role of life-changing mentors by buying a ticket to your high school's athletic events.
This is encouragement. This is empowerment. This is your IHSAA.
Rick Rabb, 5-star in the Knox Mall. It's another wow week of savings.
Everybody's thinking about Christmas shopping, Tony. We're thinking about giving you bargains so you can eat and have enough energy. U.S. government inspected center cut rib pork chops, $1.88 a pound. Back in the deli, Open Acres, off the bone ham, $5.99 a full pound. Where's that 5-star?
In the Knox Mall.
Since 1936, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning have always taken pride in doing the job right. Third-generation owner Brian Hammond and his family have always set the standard when it comes to taking care of all your heating and cooling needs. Making your home a comfortable home is the absolute top priority. If you are uncomfortable in your home, give them a call at 574-936-4660. Follow them on Facebook. Let Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning help you take control of your comfort. Welcome to the Coca-Cola pregame show. Now, here are the voices of K99.3, Mitch Columbi and Coach Terry Minix.
You are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Tonight, the South Central Satellites host the Oregon Davis Lady Cats at the launch pad. This is Indiana basketball. For the last 57 years, we've experienced sports broadcasting greatness here on WKVI. For that, we tip our hat to Harold Welter and thank him for his dedication and service to local high school sports. Thank you, Harold, for all that you did for Kankakee Valley Broadcasting. Thank you to our in-game producer, Chris DeGard, who is back at KVB headquarters, making sure we are broadcasting out to you live. With us tonight, as our sports analyst, we are honored to have with us Nathan Welter. I am Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues. This is Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. And we welcome you from the launch pad. T-minus 28 minutes until liftoff from Union Mills, Indiana. 46382. The Satellites and the Lady Cats will be providing us our entertainment this evening as we are set to continue the new era of Kankakee Valley Broadcasting Sports on 99.3 FM and around the world, streaming live on WKVI.com. As we get ready for our 9th basketball broadcast of the season already, we have seen Oregon Davis's girls team twice before tonight. but we have yet to see the girls basketball team from South Central. When we look at the South Central Satellites girls basketball team, head coach Ben Anderson is in his second season in charge. The Satellites come into tonight at 10-2 on the season. Their only 2 losses on the year came from LaVille in week 1 and then North Judson St. Pierre last Saturday night in the Nest. This team is good, and there isn't any other way to put this. The Lady Cats are going to be in for a real fight tonight. Leading the way for the Satellites in the scoring department is Olivia Marks. She is averaging 15.9 points per game, shooting 47% from the floor. She also leads the team in rebounds with 6.7 per game, something to definitely keep an eye on tonight for sure. We also remind you or let you know that Olivia Marks is 11 points away from a total of 1,000 career points. That could happen tonight. So stand by and be ready for this game. Kate Welsh leads the team in assists with 2.9 per game, and Lillian Tolman leads the team in steals, averaging 2.1 per game. We turn now to our special guest tonight, sports analyst Nathan Welter. How have things been with you since we last spoke, Nate?
Things have been great, and I am excited to be here tonight. This is always a fantastic matchup with Oregon Davis and South Central, regardless of whatever sport you're talking about, girls or boys. This is always a lot of fun, and you're talking about tonight 2 programs that have a great, successful tradition when it comes to girls basketball. And you were talking about some of those names for South Central, names that I think all the listeners within the Kankakee Valley broadcasting listening area are familiar with, especially when you talk about the senior leadership of these Lady Satellites with Kate Welsh, Olivia Marks, and, of course, Lily Tolman. Those 3 have provided high-quality minutes for 4 years for this Lady Satellites program. And, of course, Oregon Davis in an unfamiliar position for a lot of people in northern Indiana, kind of going through a rebuilding process, of course, under the tutelage of new head coach Aubrey Lady, who is an all-time great in the state of Indiana, not just at Oregon Davis High School. In the state's history for a long time, she held the career made 3-pointers record in the state. All classes, not just 1A. That includes the big Indianapolis schools. So she knows what she's doing, but the OD Lady Bobcats kind of going through a rebuilding process, kind of getting the structure built from the bottom back up to the top. So Coach Lady going through a little bit of hardship here in the early part of her stint as the Oregon Davis Lady Bobcats coach. But one thing we know about this Oregon Davis basketball program, whether you're talking about the girls or the boys, they don't stay down for long. And it only takes that one game where that light switch turns on. And if these Lady Cats play well against a very, very skilled, talented Lady Satellites team, this could be the springboard that gets the Lady Bobcats basketball program back on track.
Boy, don't you miss this, folks. Nate Welter just spreading the knowledge of wealth here on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. So appreciate you being here. I have a correction from last night's broadcast. It's a good thing I listen on the way home. I don't know if I know you've seen Pardon the Interruption on ESPN at the end of the show where they do corrections. Well, I have a correction from last night's broadcast. I had mentioned that head coach Ben Anderson was also the athletic director here at South Central. I am mistaken. He is the superintendent.
He's even higher up.
So that's not a good thing to mistake there. I had told him I made the mistake. He, of course, didn't hear it, so we're good. But I covered my bases. I wanted to make sure and correct that today. Ben Anderson is not only the head coach of the South Central Satellites girls basketball team, he is also the superintendent here at South Central. And he told us on the Saturday Sports Line a few weeks ago, there's only 2 in the entire state of Indiana, and he's one of them.
Well, and that's a great example of, again, you know, with both of these programs and both of these school corporations, it's all hands on deck. It doesn't matter how high up the food chain you are. No job is too small. Nothing is too out of your league. And to prove that point, Oregon Davis athletic director is a young lady by the name of Aubrey Lady, who is also the head basketball
athletic
coach.
Director as well.
It's all connected, and everyone at both of these school corporations wants their programs to be successful regardless of what you're talking about. Tonight we're talking about girls basketball, so obviously the excitement is here, and I am very excited that the South Central Satellite Pep Band is here live in attendance. They are always entertaining regardless of who is on the floor.
Yep, he's here, under the direction of Mr. Sheck. I didn't get his first name, but under the direction of Mr. Sheck, The Satellite Pep Band is here in full force. I'm very excited for that. But overall, what are your thoughts after hearing that stat rundown from the South Central Satellites?
You know, as you come to expect from the Lady Satellites basketball program, there's a lot of hands in the pot. Obviously, you're going to have those main scorers, and you're not surprised that it's going to come from the senior leadership, as we talked about a little while ago. Obviously, Lily Tolman has been through the grinder over her 4 years, and she has produced year in and year out. Olivia Marks and Kate Welsh as well. They've also been through that chamber as they've gone through the ranks here at South Central. So, the stat lines, I guess, aren't that surprising because it starts with the seniors and then kind of trickles down to the underclassmen who do a great job of following that leadership, because if you have leadership without anyone to follow, doesn't do you a whole lot of good.
No.
But, again, it's a generational thing with both of these programs at South Central really flying high here before we get into the new year, and that's got to be exciting for the Satellite faithful.
Well, this is my first time being here at the launch pad. Very exciting atmosphere here. As we turn the page, though, and look at the Oregon Davis Lady Cats, head coach Aubrey Lady is in her second season in charge, and as Nate Welter just mentioned, she is also the Oregon Davis's athletic director, so a very, very busy individual. The Cats come into tonight 3-7 off that tough loss last week in Knox at Harold Weinberg Gymnasium. Both of us were there for that game. The final score was 61-48. Leading the way for the Cats in the scoring department is freshman Sarah Thompson, averaging 13 points per game, shooting 36% on the year. She also is getting the job done on the boards, as Thompson is averaging 8.2 per game. Lizzie Johnson is the team's assist leader so far, averaging 5 dimes per game. She also leads the team in steals, averaging 3 per game. Not much has changed, it looks like, since we last saw them. Nathan, your thoughts early on this one for the Cats against the Satellites?
Well, you got to be excited if you're Oregon Davis about Sarah Thompson, the fact that she's a freshman coming in, leading the team in scoring and doing it confidently. That's the other thing. She does not play like a freshman. And again, going back over the tradition of this Oregon Davis team, they oftentimes do have that youngster who comes in and doesn't play like a youngster.
Yeah.
That's what they have in Sarah Thompson. Obviously, Lizzie Johnson, that's senior leadership coming from her. There's really nothing on the floor that she is not high quality.
She handles the ball well.
Handles it very well. She can be aggressive in the scoring ranks. And defensively, I think, is where the unsung part of this Oregon Davis Lady Bobcats team is. They do a great job of communicating when they're on defense. Obviously, they like to play man-to-man, but they can switch in and out zone defenses. You don't like to do a whole lot of pressing early on, especially when you don't have that kind of depth that you would like to see. So you don't see a ton of pressing from this Oregon Davis team. That doesn't mean that they can't do it. So if, this game comes down to them needing a 1 or 2 more possessions, you'll see them in that full court pressure coach lady defense, and they'll be able to execute that as well. So what we have here, we've got a lot of experience and a lot of up-and-coming talent going head-to-head. Who's going to come out on top is the question here. I think it's going to be the Pep Band coming out on top.
Man, the energy you bring, Nate, I'm telling you what, I am juiced up right now. I am so excited, and we appreciate all of you joining us on the Coca-Cola pregame show, refreshing the world, making a difference. Hey, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors as the Pulaski Memorial Hospital Injury Report is next. You are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Real magic is everywhere. It's in your mom's cooking, in 4-hour dinners with friends, in that first bite of something new, and in the fizz of a Coca-Cola. Now with so many options for less than $5, the Coca-Cola Value Collection will help you make the most out of every magic moment for so much less. Taste the magic for less with Coca-Cola.
BP gasoline with Invigorate helps clean your engine and can give you more miles per tank. Continuous use may result in the following pleasant side effects: excessive smiling, feeling more relaxed, taking more drives just because, volunteering for carpool twice in a row, and bragging to your friends about how you use our best fuel ever. To find out if BP gasoline with Invigorate is right for you, stop by your local station to discover our best fuel ever. Versus minimum detergent gas. Average restored 3 to 5 miles per tank, based on fleet testing and based on what you drive and how you drive.
High school sports brought to you by Zingo Express.
Who's in? Who's out? It's the Pulaski Memorial Hospital Injury Report with Mitch Columbi. Mitch.
Thank you, John Thompson. The Pulaski Memorial Hospital has been serving lives of the residents of Pulaski County and the surrounding area since 1963. We appreciate them supporting local high school sports. Hey, we are lucky enough to say no injuries to report tonight, as that will be your Pulaski Memorial Hospital Injury Report. Stay tuned as the Marian University Ancilla College Coaches Corner is next. You are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
This presentation of our area's local high school sports is sponsored by Pulaski Memorial Hospital in Winamac. Pulaski Memorial Hospital is dedicated to providing excellent health care to improve the health and quality of life for the people and the community they serve. They will meet the community's needs and exceed their expectations by creating the best possible health care experience. For more information of the services they provide, call 946-2100.
The Stark County Co-op has been a member-owned farm services co-op in Stark County since 1928. That's over 90 years, and they're still providing the same quality agronomy services to the farming community of Stark and surrounding counties. The Stark County Co-op is an LP and fuel provider. The Stark County Co-op purchases grain at both locations, Hamlet and Browns. You can reach them by phone at 1-800-782-3392, the Stark County Co-op.
Let's talk with the coaches on the Ancilla College Coaches Corner with Mitch Columbi.
I'm here with head coach of the Lady Cats of Oregon Davis, Aubrey Lady. Coach, you've had some time to prepare for this game. What do you know about the South Central Satellites of Union Mills?
They like to play hard. They get up and down the floor. They're going to be aggressive and physical. We just have to make sure that we try to match that and make sure that we are doing what we need to do as far as rebounding and doing the little things. That's what we've been focusing on for the last week, so hopefully we can come out and do that.
Well, you've said it before. It's a young team, and you're going through some growing pains. Talk about some of the positives that you can take away from maybe some of these tough games where you haven't really seen what you wanted from your girls on the court. Surely there's something that you're happy about moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, they go in and they give me everything they've had. And, I tell them day in and day out, I said, as long as you're giving me 100%, I'm never going to be mad about a loss. Obviously we don't like to lose, but, they're working hard and we're getting better, and that's what it needs to be in the end.
Anything in particular you're hoping to see on the floor tonight from your Lady Cats?
I'm hoping we can get on the floor a little bit tonight. We're working on that 50-50 balls and taking some charges and things. But sometimes we get afraid of getting a bruise or a bump. But they're getting better, so hopefully we can do that tonight, and we'll see how it goes.
Any message for Bobcat fans who may be listening tonight?
Just cheer us on and make sure that we can see you hopefully at some home games soon.
Thanks, Coach. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back.
Welcome to Marian University's newest location, Ancilla College of Marian University. Marian's newest campus location in Plymouth is your home for an on-campus college experience. From living in the dorms to being a collegiate student-athlete, Marian University is ranked third most innovative Midwest university by U.S. News & World Report. For more information about our 2- or 4-year degrees, go to www.marian.edu/Ancilla. That's www.marian.edu/Ancilla.
Welcome back to the Marian University Ancilla College Coaches Corner. I am here with head coach of the girls basketball team here at South Central, Ben Anderson. Coach, what do you know about the Oregon Davis Lady Cats?
Well, the Minix family is still involved, and so I know that they'll be well coached and a tough team. They'll play hard. So, Coach Aubrey Lady, and I know Terry's on the bench and Lexi too. So that's what I know most about them right now, is that they'll be a tough ball club with the Minix clan coaching.
Well, talk about a certain player on this team. You had told me a little bit before we started the interview, has an opportunity to crack 1,000 points career-wise here tonight. Maybe speak about her a little bit.
Yeah, Olivia Marks is just an outstanding young lady, senior this year, fourth-year starter for the Lady Satellites. And, yeah, so she's approaching 1,000 points, like you mentioned. I don't like talking about it, so I'm a little superstitious, so I don't want to say too much about that. But she's averaging about 16 points a game for us, about 7 rebounds a game, and she really is just a dynamic player. She can do it inside, outside. She rebounds it well. She's smart. Hopefully she has a good night.
Is there anyone else on the floor you're hoping to see some productive minutes from tonight?
All of them. I expect good things out of all of them. The nice thing is we're dangerous in a sense that it can be anybody's night. And so if for some reason it's not Liv's, it might be her sister Sadie or her other sister Sam, or it might be Kate Welsh or her sister Hope, and it could be Lillian Tolman's night tonight too. So I expect big things out of everybody tonight. Everybody's been contributing very well this season.
Yeah. Message to Satellite Nation this evening.
Yeah, just, hey, appreciate community support as always. I expect a good crowd tonight. Oregon Davis is, while maybe not one of their best teams historically, they are a historic basketball program, and, they'll play hard, they'll play tough, and so we have to come ready to play our game, and I'm glad it's here at South Central tonight and not in Hamlet. And
you've probably had your fair share of losses to Oregon Davis here at South Central before, just the basketball team in general. So this is your opportunity to strike here.
Yeah, absolutely. We've had a lot of history with Oregon Davis, and they beat us like a drum several times. And to be fair, we've done the same to them. So we had a pretty good one against them last year, and hope that we play well tonight.
Coach, appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.
All right, we'll be right back.
Culver's Portside Marina handles all water recreational needs. When it comes to pontoons, Godfrey leads the industry in performance and quality, and Portside Marina has it in stock. From sampan, aqua patio, and sweetwater pontoons, if you're looking for a family boat, Culver Portside Marina can help. Located at 514 West Mill Street in Culver. Stop in or call them at 842-5000. Culver Portside Marina.
Now it's time for the Keys to the Game, sponsored by the Auto Park with locations in LaPorte, Plymouth, and Bremen.
All right, as we get set for Indiana High School basketball action, what are your keys to the game as an Oregon Davis Lady Cat, Nate?
Well, the biggest thing for Oregon Davis, I think, tonight and for the entire season, you got to start the game off confidently. You got to be in attack mode. Don't sit back and let the game come to you. You have to go out and you have to take the game right from the start. Don't wait until it's late in the second half and then realize, oh, hey, maybe we can play with this team.
You got to go now.
You got to start from the opening tip.
I totally agree. Now, flip sides, you are the head coach of the South Central Satellites, wanting to continue the winning ways right now. What are your Auto Park keys to the game tonight for them?
Do not let Oregon Davis breathe. You got to come out from the start and let them know that you are the team to beat in this gym tonight. So if you're South Central, it's not about confidence, it's about dominance and taking this game over right from the start. If you sit back and let this young, dangerous Oregon Davis team think they can play with you, they will play with you.
Yes, they
will.
will.
And in the end, you might be disappointed going home tonight. So for South Central, the biggest key is to come out aggressively right from
the
step
get-go.
one.
Yep, I couldn't agree more, Nate. And, boy, you just keep getting my juices flowing in this pregame. I am excited.
It's Indiana High School basketball. If you aren't excited, you need to check your pulse.
Exactly. Man, Nate, this is awesome. All right, that's your keys to the game, sponsored by the Auto Park with locations in LaPorte, Plymouth, and Bremen. Today's broadcast is also brought to you in part by Marian University's Ancilla College. If you are looking for a place to continue your education, visit marian.edu/Ancilla. Time to sit back and chill as the Coca-Cola pregame show continues. Our starting lineup is next. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Here at the Auto Park Chevrolet Buick GMC in Plymouth, we have one of the largest vehicle selections in northern Indiana. We know that you can visit any number of dealerships when shopping for a new car. That's why we always make sure we go above and beyond for our loyal customers throughout Michiana. Our Auto Finance Center also works to ensure that you take advantage of a lease or loan solution that fits your budget. Lots of new inventory in stock and en route. Special local market pricing. Come drive the new Silverado and soon the new Hummer EV. Stop by our showroom today or go to AutoParkChevroletBuickGMC.com and see more. Or even buy that special car you're looking for. The Auto Park Chevrolet Buick GMC in Plymouth. Come see the value.
This presentation of our area's local high school sports is sponsored by Pulaski Memorial Hospital in Winamac. Pulaski Memorial Hospital is dedicated to providing excellent health care to improve the health and quality of life for the people and the community they serve. They will meet the community's needs and exceed their expectations by creating the best possible health care experience. For more information of the services they provide, call 946-2100.
Now it's time for the starting lineups.
For the Lady Cats of Oregon Davis, starting at point guard is Lizzie Johnson. At the 2 guard is Gabby Krause. Starting at small forward is Reagan Danford. At the 4 is Sarah Thompson. And at the 5 is Kylie Saylor. For the Satellites of Union Mills, at point guard is Kate Welsh. At the 2 is Hope Welsh. Starting small forward is Lillian Tolman. At the 4 is Sadie Marks. And at the 5 is Olivia Marks. That will be your starting lineup for tonight as we will be back to get set for tip-off. You are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
What's good about Dairy Queen? Dilly bars, DQ cakes, blizzards, and the $5 buck lunch. Stop in for the $5 buck lunch with an entree, fresh hot fries, your choice of an ice-cold Coca-Cola product, and a soft-serve sundae flavor of your choice. Available every day from 11 to 4. Have a $5 buck lunch exclusively at Dairy Queen. Proud to support high school sports on US 35 Monticello Street in Winamac. Find out what's good about Dairy Queen.
In 49 other states, it's just basketball. But this is Indiana. Stay tuned for more in-game action with Mitch Columbi on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Real magic is everywhere. It's in your mom's cooking. In 4-hour dinners with friends. In that first bite of something new. And in the fizz of a Coca-Cola. Now with so many options for less than $5, the Coca-Cola Value Collection will help you make the most out of every magic moment for so much less. Taste the magic for less with Coca-Cola.
Kankakee Valley Broadcasting, bringing you Indiana high school basketball on 99.3 FM, The Valley.
From the launch pad, T-minus 3 minutes until liftoff from Union Mills, Indiana. We welcome you back as we are getting ready for a battle between the South Central Satellites and the Oregon Davis Lady Cats. Hello again, everybody. I am Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues here on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting as WKVI will always be here. Well, Nathan, seems we have some time. I asked Terry Minix this last night. As you know, how's your Christmas shopping coming along, man?
Well, a lot of it's been online Christmas shopping, but the nice thing is I've gotten the majority of it done early this year. And, I mean, there have been years where it's literally been Christmas Eve morning, and I am hightailing it to the nearest outlet mall that I can find. But that's not the case this year. I'm still waiting for a couple presents to come in, but I am happy to report that it's not all done, but 99% of it is.
Well, I told Terry this last year. I don't know if my dad would call this a tradition, but it became one to me. We were 24th shoppers, and we would take all day on the 20th. It became a thing for us. Right. We were excited about it. We looked forward to the 24th. We would go to the mall all together as a family and then split up our different ways. And we would go home and wrap them that night before we went to church, of course, for the Christmas Eve service. Just a memory I have of me and my dad. But I have a report as well. I am early and on time this year.
Attaboy.
So maybe I'll get a couple Christmas presents on the 24th just so that I can,
to make yourself feel better.
But boy, people always say, oh, you're crazy. How can you do that? It forces you to make a decision. You have no time to think about it. You've got to do it now.
Well, and you're just talking about what makes Christmas so great. Everybody has their own traditions. Yep. Everybody has their own great memories. And for you, that's one of those things that you're always going to, fall back on as one of those great memories. That's a lot of fun.
Till the 24th.
It's a lot of fun to hear those kinds of stories.
Yeah. Well, we're getting ready for the national anthem. Of course, it will be performed by the Satellite Pep Band here at South Central under the direction of Mr. Scheck, as they did a great job. The national anthem, every time I came to a football game throughout this season, Mr. Scheck and his pep band do a fantastic job. And right now they're playing the South Central School fight song.
Yeah, and, the great thing about South Central home games is, well, I guess if you're a South Central fan, not necessarily if you're a, that service
I know,
here
I
at
was about
South
to
Central,
say.
they just brought me a
John
Mountain
Haggard.
Dew. Yeah, Mr. Haggard knows his audience. I got my Mountain Dew in hand, folks. But, anytime you come to South Central, if you're a Satellite fan, you always have the pep band to look forward to, whether it's basketball games or football games, and they always add so much energy to these home games. Not that any extra energy was really needed for this matchup, but the Satellite pep band, second to none in this area.
Well, I'm so glad you were able to make this happen tonight. I know that you normally are the PA announcer for the Knox Redskins. I was lucky enough they didn't have a home game tonight, so appreciate you being here, Nate. It means a lot. I learned a lot from working with you back in 2014 and watching what all you had done here at the sports department. And I'd like to say that it's part of the blueprint that you guys had built that I am still continuing to use. So it's been an honor to continue the tradition, and so happy you're here tonight, Nate.
Well, and I'm just excited to watch some great basketball. And again, it's a lot of experience against a lot of inexperience, and we're going to see two very successful traditionally speaking programs in South Central OD basketball. It's always exciting.
Yes. Well, they're getting ready for the national anthem as we will stand by and listen to the Satellite Pep Band under the direction of Mr. Scheck.
Of our national anthem by the South Central Pep Band under the direction of Mr. Mike Scheck.
So you just heard the PA announcer tonight is Zach Coulter for the South Central Satellites. And under the direction of Mr. Mike Scheck, that is the Satellites Pep Band Director, always doing a fantastic job.
And I'll tell you what, hats off to the young man on the crash cymbals down there. That's never an easy job, having those things go off right in your face.
Absolutely, I know, right? So, the PA announcer tonight is Zach Coulter doing a fantastic job. The clock operator is Joanne Grott. Our officials for this evening are Brian Bow, Vance Carlin, and George Nasivich. I sure hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Special guest Nathan Welter is with us tonight as our sports analyst. I am Mitch Columbi, proud to be doing the play-by-play as we are set for girls basketball action here in Union Mills, Indiana. Let's run through the starting lineups one more time. For the Lady Cats of Oregon Davis, starting at point guard is Lizzie Johnson. At the 2 is Gabby Krause. At the 3 is Reagan Danford. At the 4 is Sarah Thompson. And at the 5 is Kylie Saylor. For the Satellites of Union Mills, at point guard is Kate Welsh. At the 2 is Hope Welsh. Starting small forward is Lillian Tolman. At the 4 is Sadie Marks. And at the 5 is Olivia Marks. Tonight's tip-off is brought to you by Web Printing and JT Shirt Shack in Winamac. We also appreciate them for being our sponsor for the Tyler Roth WKVI Athlete of the Week award given out every week on the Saturday Sports Line. That's the longest-running high school sports show in Indiana. Join us this Saturday, 8 a.m. Central, right here on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Well, and again, with the teams being introduced here, you can feel the energy being pumped into the launch pad. They get the music going. Cheerleaders have their routine that they go through, and both of these fan bases really excited to see what these two teams have to offer here tonight. And again, it's experience versus youth. And, how are these two teams going to respond to one another as they come out? Is it going to be confidence or is it going to be maybe overconfidence in some situations, And, the number one thing we hope for is that we see some excitement and we see both of these teams come out of here healthy.
I just love the name of the gym, the Launch
The
Pad.
Launch Pad.
I love it. I was working on my intro all day, T-minus this till the launch. I just couldn't wait to say that all day long.
So have you been orbiting the Launch Pad?
Yeah. We are about to lift off and orbit here.
Sorry, folks.
We are about
We've got
to lift
4 quarters of this.
We are about to lift off in orbit here as the South Central Satellites are hosting the Oregon Davis Lady Cats. As you can hear the music, it's got us juiced up here. This is Olivia Marks jumping with Sarah Thompson in the Satellites control and immediately kick it up to number 33, Lillian Tolman, for a quick 2 points. Boy, Nate, that was fast.
Yeah, 1 pass and in the bucket after winning the opening tip.
Here come the Oregon Davis Cats, stolen immediately off an entry pass. That's Olivia Marks, and here come the Satellites. Kicks it back to the top of the key. That's Kate Welsh. Welsh dribbling to her right. Now she finds Hope Welsh, her sister. Kicks it far over to number 33, Lillian Tolman. Back to Welsh, over to her sister, Hope. Inside to number 40. That was Olivia Marks for a turnaround shot. No good.
Yeah, a great job boxing out by Oregon Davis. This is going to be an over-the-back foul against the Lady Satellites. That's going to go on Sadie Marks. That'll be her first foul, first team foul against the Lady Satellites. And those are the types of things that Oregon Davis has to do every time down.
Yep.
You've got to get 5 box outs. Great job by the Lady Cats that time.
So a full court press showing from the Satellites as the Oregon Davis Lady Cats beat it and cross the timeline and get it into Sarah Thompson. She turns and shoots for 2. No good. Rebounded Hope Welsh. Here come the Satellites. This is number 44, Kate Welsh. Welsh dribbling, kicks it over. This is Hope Welsh. Now over to Lillian Tolman. Tolman inside, kicks it over to the corner. That's number 40, Olivia Marks, who then finds Hope Welsh for 3. Sink it, book it, splash.
Again, great ball movement by the Lady Satellites. Hope Welsh shooting with a lot of confidence right there.
Oh, here come the Lady Cats on a fast break opportunity, and they get the easy layup to go. That's number 23, Gabby Krause, the freshman. Great job from her.
Yeah, excellent response by the Lady Cats. Didn't waste any time. 2 passes, balls in the bucket. That's confident play there for Oregon Davis.
5-2, the Satellites lead under 7 minutes to go here in the first quarter. 2-3 zone from the Lady Cats. As ball moving up at the top of the key. Here's number 44, Kate Welsh to the corner. Hope Welsh, another prayer from 3. No good. Rebounded almost by the Lady Cats. It goes out of bounds. It'll stay here.
Yeah, that was a great effort there. Lizzie Johnson on the box out just couldn't quite reel that in as she was boxing out Sadie Marks, who's an incredible athlete. And Marks was able to kind of fight around that, and South Central able to keep possession.
So, inbounds pass outside to a corner 3 from Olivia Marks. No good. Rebound Lady Cats, and here comes Lizzie Johnson. Ooh, picks up her dribble. Ooh, almost over and back, but no call. Gabby Krause now with the ball into Sarah Thompson. Sarah dribbling inside, kicks it back out to Reagan Danford. 3 now from Lizzie Johnson. Big time 3 from her.
And good ball movement there by the Lady Cats. As you said, a little bit of trouble with that full court press, but they got it across half court, didn't waste any time, and found a nice 3 on top of the key.
So 5-all here is a tie ball game under 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. Hope Welsh in the corner looking at that 2-3 zone. Kicks it back to the top of the key. This is number 30, Sadie Marks. Back to Hope Welsh in the corner for another 3.
Yeah, and that's one of the things the 2-3 zone is kind of susceptible to, is giving up those 3-point looks. And South Central here in the first quarter able to take advantage of that a couple of times.
So the Lady Cats not having trouble. Ooh, stolen immediately. Sadie Marks on a fast break opportunity. 1-on-2. Hesitate. Nice job, and she makes the 2.
Great effort
through.
there. Yeah, Sadie Marks defensively getting the steal and turning it into points.
Trap now as they cross half court. Stolen by number 30, Sadie Marks, for a nice fast break opportunity, and she scores the 2 points, making it 12-5 here.
Back-to-back possessions with steal and layups going the other way by Sadie Marks. She's ready to play defensively.
Johnson trying to get past the trap. She does. They get it inside to Sarah Thompson, who then kicks it out for a big-time 3 from Reagan Danford. Splash!
Huge 3-pointer by Reagan there to make the score 12-8 in favor of South Central, but a big possession for OD.
Moving fast are the Satellites. Back over to Tolman. Fakes a 3 on the corner. Drives baseline. Loses it. Picked up by number 30. That is Sadie Marks. Back out to Welsh. Hope Welsh in the corner for another 3. Almost in. No good. Rebounded Sarah Thompson.
Well, and again, a good series there defensively by Oregon Davis. South Central found a nice shot. It just didn't drop.
Oh, Lady Cats got it to Gabby Krause, who threw it away, unfortunately. Here come the Satellites. This is number 30, Sadie Marks. Inside, nice find. Number 40, Olivia Marks. Marks to Marks for the connection. 14-8 as the Satellites lead. The Lady Cats trying to get it inside. This is Kylie Saylor. puts up a 2, no good. It goes out of bounds, and it will be satellite ball. Boy, it's moving fast, Nate.
Absolutely, and Oregon Davis is going to bring in the first sub of the ball game. Maddie Wireman coming in off the bench, the junior, and I think Oregon Davis just looking for some fresh legs here. 14-8, still 4:14 left to go in the first quarter. This game is by no way, shape, or form out of the realm of possibilities.
Tolman in the corner for 3, no good. Rebounded number 40, big time. Olivia Marks puts it back up, no good. Now it's number 33. That's Lillian Tolman on the rebound. They kick it back out to the top of the key. Here's number 32, Hope Welsh, dribbling. Step back, picks up her dribble and kicks it back out to number 44, Kate Welsh. Now this is number 30, Sadie Marks. Back over to Hope Welsh in the corner. Back to Kate Welsh now. Kate Welsh over to number 30. That is Sadie Marks. Into Tolman. Tolman tried to get it inside to Olivia Marks, and it gets deflected out of bounds.
You know, and got to give a lot of credit to South Central. They recognized kind of early in the first quarter they were settling for a lot of threes. They don't necessarily want to do that. They're being much more patient here their last couple of possessions, working the ball around.
Out of bounds play underneath their own basket. Ooh, big time 3. Kate Welsh splash.
And right as I say that, they knock down another three-pointer.
17-8, the Satellites lead. Stolen again by Hope Welsh as she stole it from Lizzie Johnson, and a jump ball is called instead. It's going to stay here. Lady Cat ball.
Yeah, and Coach Lady not real happy with her Lady Bobcats right now as they're trying to dribble through that press to break it as opposed to passing their way through. And she's trying to emphasize that if you try to dribble, this Satellite team is going to trap you all over the floor. Pass it through.
Johnson gets it into the corner for Reagan Danford for a big-time 3 in the corner.
And Reagan knew that was going through all the way. She was already at half court after she had released that.
17-11. It looks like the Cats brought their shooting ability tonight. As this is Tolman, kicks it back over to the corner. This is number 40, Olivia Marks, back over to Kate Welsh, who then finds number 30, Sadie Marks. Marks back over to Tolman from 17. No good. Rebounded Reagan Danford, and she's on a mission. Going to cross the timeline herself, bringing it up. She stops, kicks it back over to Lizzie Johnson, who drives inside. Try to get it to Sarah Thompson. Stolen. Here come the Lady Satellites. This is number 44, Kate Welsh, coast to coast, kicks it over. Number 30 from 15, that was Sadie Marks, put back up by number
40. That was Olivia Marks with the rebound and the putback.
Nice job by Marks, and then she almost stole it again on an entry pass to Sarah Thompson. As this game just keeps going back and forth at a fast-paced affair.
Yeah, and I think both of these teams are comfortable playing this game either way. They can play the track meet style game, and they can also play the slow-down methodical style. I think right now for Oregon Davis, the methodical way is how you want this game to be going, and maybe take the track meet approach later in the ball game.
So inbounds pass finds it in the corner to number 45. That was Madison Wireman for 3 in the corner. No good. Rebounded Satellites, and here they are at the other side of the floor. This is number 30. Sadie Marks kicks it over to Welsh. Welsh finds Tolman. Back over to Marks. Marks finds number 40. That is Olivia Marks. Ooh, almost stolen by Lizzie Johnson, but it stays here with Tolman. Tolman inside to number 20 for the layup. That was Samantha Marks. No good. Rebound fight here. As it goes out of bounds.
Off of Oregon Davis, and good effort there. You saw the Lady Cats getting on the floor, trying to save that from going out of bounds, but South Central is going to maintain possession, leading 19-15 with 1:56 left to go. They still haven't taken full control of this game. They've been in control the entire quarter, but I don't think they've dominated this quarter the way that they wanted to coming out of the opening tip.
Gabby Krause checks in, and Kylie Saylor checks back out. So the Satellites looking at that 2-3 zone, trying to get it inside, and the Cats steal it. Reagan Danford was the one that did. And here comes Lizzie Johnson on a nice crossover on Tolman. She's bringing it all the way up, and a deflected pass goes out of bounds. It stays here, Oregon Davis ball.
And got to give credit to Sarah Thompson down at the defensive end. She's the one who had the deflection that led to that steal. So Oregon Davis here with an opportunity. 1.5 left to go, down 19-11 here in the first quarter.
Big time 3 from the corner, number 23, Gabby Krause, no good. Rebounded Satellites. Here comes Lillian Tolman. Tolman crosses over with her left hand. Now she kicks it over. This is number 30, Sadie Marks. Finds it in the corner to Hope Welsh. Welsh back up to Tolman. Tolman inside. That's number 40. Olivia Marks, turnaround, kick back out to Hope Welsh for another corner 3, almost in, but no good. Rebounded Sarah Thompson. Here come the Lady Cats. Lizzie Johnson pushes it up to Gabby Krause. Kraus trapped in the corner, and they call it for a travel.
Well, and that was a pretty intimidating double team that she had coming at her with Sadie Marks and Samantha Marks both fully charging right at her, kind of shuffled her feet a little bit, so South Central gets the ball back with 1 minute left to go here in the first quarter, up by 8, 19-11.
So here's Lillian Tolman looking at that 2-3 zone, kicks it over. This is Sadie Marks, back over to Hope Welsh, back to Marks. Sadie Marks finds Lillian Tolman. Tolman, nice fake dribbling. Now she drives in, took on 4 Lady Cats, and gets the and one to go. Lillian Tolman.
Well, and if it's one thing we've seen out of Lily over the last 4 years, it's that she plays with a lot of confidence. And right there, that was a very confident offensive possession by her as she took the ball and just hammered it at that Oregon Davis defense, got the layup to drop, has a chance to make the old-fashioned three-point play with 47 seconds left to go in the first quarter. South Central now up by 10.
So things are changing here very quickly as Lillian Tolman for the and one. And she gets it to go, 22-11. 46 seconds to go in the first quarter. Lizzie Johnson pushes it up, and it's stolen. It was stolen by Olivia Marks, but she stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, good
Very
effort
lucky.
there. Good effort there by Olivia. Great anticipation. Just if her foot was a little bit smaller, she wouldn't have stepped on the sideline there. But now with 43 seconds left, it'll be interesting to see if Oregon Davis tries to play this for one or if they just look for any kind of an open shot.
So here we go, 35 seconds. We'll see what they do, Nate. Crossover from Lizzie Johnson. She drives inside, tried to get it to Sarah Thompson. It goes flying by her, out of bounds.
Yeah, and it looked like Johnson got a little bit off balance, tried to get rid of it, ended up hitting official Brian Bow in the shoulder there, out of bounds in front of the South Central student section. They all got a chuckle out of that.
Tolman crosses the timeline for the Satellites. They find Hope Welsh in the corner. Back to Tolman. Tolman then finds Marks. Marks back to Hope Welsh in the corner. Nice fake driving baseline. Puts a floater up. No good. And it goes out of bounds. Oregon Davis ball.
Well, that was a good shot. Good ball movement there by South Central. Didn't fall through. And once again, a great job of boxing out by the Oregon Davis Lady Bobcats. Just about every trip down on the floor. We've seen 5 box outs every time.
Yeah.
That's what you like to see from young teams.
So Lizzie Johnson crosses the timeline. 10 seconds to go. Here's Sarah Thompson at the top of the key. She finds Lizzie Johnson. She crosses the top of the key, inside to Sarah Thompson. Turn, shoots it, and gets it to go. A nice post move from her, as that will be the end of the first quarter, 22-13, Nate.
Yeah, and give a lot of credit to Oregon Davis being patient there. They worked the ball around, found a great shot underneath to beat the buzzer and trim this lead back down to 9.
Into the first quarter, 22-13. Let's pause for station identification. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Kankakee Valley Broadcasting, bringing you Indiana High School basketball on 99.3 FM, The Valley.
22-13 from the launch pad as the South Central Satellites lead the Oregon Davis Lady Cats. I'm Mitch Columbi, along with special guest sports analyst Nathan Welter. As we remind you, tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Nepco Crane and Equipment Services, specializing in mobile crane service. Call Joe Nepp at 1-800-590-2272 for all your residential, commercial, and agricultural crane needs.
Hey, right now, if you're Oregon Davis, I think you have to be very encouraged, only being down by 9 as you get ready to start the second quarter, especially with the way that first quarter ended. I think we saw the Oregon Davis Lady Bobcats take kind of a deep breath and relax a little bit. On the flip side of that, if you're South Central, you're not demoralized by any stretch of the imagination. You played well in that first quarter. Just need to execute a little bit more on the defensive end, I think.
Well, the Satellites get right to work, don't they, Nate? As they start the second quarter right away, getting it inside to number 20, Samantha Marks, for the nice 2 as it's 24-13 now. They are trapping Lizzie Johnson. She is having a hard time getting across the timeline as it goes out of bounds. It's Satellite ball again.
Yeah, and again, Oregon Davis trying to dribble their way through a very tough, very intense South Central press. You can't do that. You have to have people placed throughout the court, and you have to pass your way through it. They've been trying to dribble their way through it this first half, and it hasn't worked out well. This South Central Lady Satellite defense is extremely intense.
Hope Welsh finds number 40. This is Olivia Marks for 3. No good, and rebounded Gabby Kraus. Here come the Lady Cats. Lizzie Johnson bringing it across the timeline. Tries to get it into Sarah Thompson immediately. She turns. No good off the shot, and rebounded Satellites. Here comes number 30. This is Sadie Marks across the timeline for the Satellites. Kicks it over to number 44, Kate Welsh. Welsh inside. Number 40, Olivia Marks, and a foul is called immediately.
Yeah, and that's going to go on Sarah Thompson, who was just about a half step trying to get around in the high post, ends up getting called for the foul. That's going to be her second team foul against the Lady Bobcats.
So out of bounds play from underneath their own basket for the Satellites. Hope Welsh will take this out.
Maddie Wireman just checked in for Oregon Davis to replace Thompson.
As we see number 44, Kate Welsh.
Yeah, and the foul's going to be called on Gabby Kraus reaching in. Just wasn't moving her feet, tried playing defense with her hands there. And, with this South Central team, as aggressive as they are offensively, you can't stop your feet and try and use your hands. You're going to get burned every time.
So Oregon Davis looks like they're in a 1-2-2 now. A little bit of a zone defense here. Kicks it over to Hope Welsh in the corner. They're trying to get used to it, feeling it out. Top of the key, this is number 30, Sadie Marks. Back over to number 44, Kate Welsh inside. That's number 40, Olivia Marks. Back out to Hope Welsh. Tried to get it into Marks, but
nice effort.
Stolen by the Lady Cats, and here comes Lizzie Johnson. She's got D all over her. She's driving baseline, picks up her dribble, kicks it back out. Stolen by Kate Welsh, and here come the Satellites. Fast break opportunity, one-on-one. Nice hesitation. Kate Welsh for the layup, 26-13. As they throw it away again, Satellites steal it, and a foul's called.
Yeah, before we get to the foul, that was a great effort. Kate Welsh on the defensive end getting the steal. No hesitation on her part. Went coast to coast to get the layup at the other end. And then South Central gets the steal. The foul called on Gabby Kraus. That's going to be number 2 on her. Oregon Davis's 4th.
Hope Welsh to take it in under her own basket. She gets it into number 40, Olivia Marks, for a nice play.
And good aggressiveness there offensively by South Central. Caught Oregon Davis napping.
Reagan Danford, quick 2 from 17. No good. Rebounded Reagan Danford, and she puts it right back.
Great effort there. Reagan Danford with the rebound and the putback to get Oregon Davis back on the board offensively. They're doing everything they can to keep up with this South Central team.
Big time 3 from Kate Welsh. No good, and rebounded number 45, Madison Wireman. Here come the Lady Cats, 28-15, 5:55 to go in the second. Lizzie Johnson spins, passes out to number 23, Gabby Kraus. And it's just not the night for Lizzie Johnson.
Well, that's a situation where you make the pass over into the corner, and it looked like Kraus just kind of took her eye off the ball for a split second, went through her hands, and South Central gets it back. Those are the kind of mistakes that you expect to see from a young team that just kind of gets caught up in the moment. They've been playing well here in this first half. That's just one of those unforced turnovers that always kind of shoots you in the foot.
So here's the Satellites. This is Hope Welsh. Beats the trap, gets out of it. Tried to kick it back out to the corner, and it's tipped out by the Cats. It'll stay here, out of bounds play underneath their own basket for the Lady Satellites.
That was a good aggressive move there by Hope Welsh. I think she was a little bit surprised that she was able to split the defense that way and wasn't sure what to do with the ball.
Hope Welsh to take it out under her own basket. Big time pass out to number 44, Kate Welsh. She has Gabby Kraus on her. Back to Lillian Tolman at the top of the key. Tolman kicks it over to Hope Welsh. Welsh inside to Olivia Marks. Now this is Lillian Tolman. Olivia Marks now driving inside for a 10-foot floater. No good. Rebounded Kylie Saylor. Here come the Lady Cats. This is Gabby Kraus inside to Kylie Saylor. She turns around and shoots, and no good as a foul is called. She'll shoot 2.
Yeah, and good aggressiveness there by Oregon Davis. They're not allowing South Central off of those misses. They're not allowing South Central to get their defense set up, which is a very smart strategy. And now they're going to get a couple of free throw opportunities here after Olivia Marks commits her first foul of the ball game. Just the second team foul against the Lady Satellites.
So Kylie Saylor at the line, shooting the first of 2, gets the first one to go. As we remind you, today's broadcast is brought to you in part by First Farmers Bank and Trust, providing state-of-the-art banking with old-fashioned service. We thank them for supporting local high school sports. Kylie Saylor for her second attempt at the free throw line. It's up, away, no good, and rebounded Olivia Marks. Here come the Satellites. Lillian Tolman across the timeline. She kicks it up to number 44, Kate Welsh. As they're assessing that zone defense, looks like the Cats are in a 2-3 now. This is Tolman. Picks up her dribble, kicks it back to number 40, Olivia Marks for 3. No good. Rebounded Lizzie Johnson. Here come the Lady Cats. 28-16, 4:50 to go. They push it up to Gabby Kraus, who gets called for a travel.
Yeah, a little bit excited. She was going to have an opportunity at a wide open layup and did a little hop, skip, and a jump going into that attempt without the ball hitting the floor. So turnover there against the Lady Bobcats. But again, a good aggressiveness after a nice defensive stand.
I just can't get over the pace of this game right now, Nathan. I mean, this is our 9th broadcast of the season, and this is the fastest paced game I've done, and we've done like 3 or 4 boys games. Hope Welsh for a big-time 3, splash.
Good ball movement there by the Lady Satellites, and Welsh stepping up to the task and knocking it down.
And then Lizzie Johnson turns the ball over again. The Satellites defense is really causing pressure on them, Nate.
Yeah, and I think what happened there was as she dribbled over to the sideline, she saw the double team coming and went to do a back-away dribble. The ball just kind of went off her foot out of bounds, so an unforced turnover there gives the ball back to South Central with 4:20 left to go in the half. They lead 31-16.
Lillian Tolman kicks it over to Kate Welsh. Now to the corner to Hope Welsh. She trips. Yep. Oh, they're going to call a foul on that.
Yeah, that was just a situation there where Maddie Wireman had her leg out a little bit too far for the officials' liking, so she gets called for the foul there. That's going to be the 5th team foul against the Lady Bobcats, just the first against Wireman.
So, top of the key here is Kate Welsh. She kicks it over to Hope Welsh. Now she's driving baseline, kicks it back out. This is Olivia Marks, who then finds Kate Welsh back to Hope Welsh in the corner. That's where they like it.
Wow.
And she splashed it.
Yeah, another big shot there, and a good ball movement against that zone defense. Hope Welsh able to knock down a big-time three-pointer.
Lizzie Johnson driving inside and just kind of tried to get it to Kylie Saylor, I believe, inside, but the ball sails out of bounds.
Well, that's an example of Oregon Davis trying to push the tempo. They're trying to play at a pace that they want to play at, but maybe going a little bit too fast, and the ball just kind of got away from them. So South Central with an opportunity here to increase their lead.
Lady Satellites taking their time, being patient. Lillian Tolman gets it inside to Olivia Marks. Oh, and it's going to be stolen. Here come the Lady Cats. This is Lizzie Johnson. 3:30 to go in the first half. They move it up to Kylie Saylor, and it gets tipped out of bounds by Olivia Marks. It stays here. Oregon Davis ball.
And again, a good job defensively. Oregon Davis, they're getting, I think, a lot more confident with their communication on the defensive end of the floor. That's leading to a lot more deflections.
Out of bounds play underneath. Throw basket, and they get it to Kylie Saylor for a nice play.
Yeah, just a quick hitting out of bounds play. Saylor set a screen and then opened herself back up to the ball. Had a wide open layup on the left side.
So here are the Lady Satellites, number 30. This is Sadie Marks into the corner to Hope Welsh. Back out to Kate Welsh. Now Lillian Tolman in the corner. Back to Kate Welsh. Over to number 30, Sadie Marks. Back to Lillian Tolman. She's driving baseline. Nice move. And she gets it to go. Beautiful move from Lillian Tolman, 36-18, 3 minutes to go.
And showing her senior leadership right there. Didn't settle for a three-pointer. She took it all the way to the rim.
And a nice entry pass from Lizzie Johnson, but it's dropped by Kylie Saylor.
Yeah, and that's another one of those situations where the ball just kind of went through the hands. And Oregon Davis, again, a very young team. Sometimes those fastballs go right through. You have to look it all the way in. So with 2:52 left to go in the half, South Central looking to increase their 36-18 lead.
So it went out of bounds. The Satellites inbound, and they cross the timeline. This is Tolman. Looking at that 2-3 defense, we see Ashley Laster out there for the Oregon Davis Lady Cats as she checked in, and Kylie Saylor checks out. Inside to number 40, this is Olivia Marks. It's stolen, and here comes Lizzie Johnson. Lizzie gets it into Reagan Danford. Danford back out to number 31. That's Laster. Laster back. This is Lizzie Johnson out the top of the key. She's driving inside. Nothing there. Picks it up. Back out to Reagan Danford.
Yeah, chance here for Oregon Davis. Just over 2 minutes left to go in the half. Run a set play here, some offense, and get a quality shot.
Johnson back over to Danford. Danford looking inside. Nothing there. She picks up her dribble. Kicks it back over to Gabby Krause. Krause looking inside. Nothing. Back to Reagan Danford, who kicks it back to the top of the key. This is Lizzie Johnson. We're under 2 minutes here to go in the first half. 36-18, the Satellites lead. Gabby Krause with a nice hesitation shot. No good. Rebounded Satellites, and here they come. 1:40 to go in the first half. Lillian Tolman kicks it over to Kate Welsh. Welsh finds her sister in Hope in the corner. Back to Kate. Now over to Lillian. Tolman at the top of the key, about the volleyball line. Kicks it back over to Kate Welsh. Inside to number 40, Olivia Marks. Nice fake and move right around her defender, and she gets the 2-point conversion to go. 38-18. It's a 20-point ball game.
Don't forget Olivia Marks closing in on that 1,000-point mark. Nice move there.
Lizzie Johnson drives inside, kicks it out to Laster for a nice shot. No good. Rebounded Satellites, and they're going to call a foul.
Yeah, and I think they're going to get Danford on this one as she was fighting. Yeah, she was fighting for the ball, was a little bit out of position, so got her for the over-the-back foul, and that's going to be the 6th team foul against Oregon Davis. Just the first foul on Reagan Danford. Minute 12 left to go. South Central leading by 20, 38-18 here in the second quarter.
So to cross the timeline is Sadie Marks.
And again, it'll be interesting to see if South Central plays this for one now with 1 minute left to go here in the half. And they're working the ball around. So I think they might be patient here and just try and cut this down and get in the locker room with having doubled the point total of Oregon Davis.
Hope Welsh driving inside, shoots from 14, no good. Rebounded Tolman.
Nice effort.
Kicks it back out to Samantha Marks, who then finds at the top of the key Sadie Marks. Back to Sam Marks. Shoots the 15-footer, no good. And rebounded by Lizzie Johnson. She seems to be everywhere for the Lady Cats. Kicks it over to Gabby Krause. Back to Lizzie Johnson. Johnson dribbling to the top of the key. Now to Reagan Danford. Under 30 seconds to go. This is Gabby Krause. A little weave option up top. Back to Lizzie Johnson. Now Reagan Danford driving inside.
Yeah, hand check here against the Lady Satellites. That's only going to be their 3rd team foul, so not a shooting situation for Oregon Davis with 20 seconds left. And that foul is going to go on Samantha Marks.
So Samantha Marks, the freshman at 5'8", has done very well tonight.
OD definitely going to try and play this for 15 seconds left.
Reagan Danford at the top of the key. She's got Lillian Tallman all over. She drives it inside at a big-time hack.
Well, and that, I think Lily Tolman saw that coming, and she was going to say, hey, you're going to earn these 2 points at the free throw line.
You just saw head coach Ben Anderson look at Lillian Tolman. He said, hey, just calm down. You didn't need to foul that hard. Just calm down.
If there's one word you can use to describe Lily, it's intense.
So the first free throw from Reagan Danford's up and no good, as those are free throws you got to have. 38-18 is the score right now with 11.8 seconds to go in the first half. This is a fast-paced game.
Kylie Saylor checking back in for Oregon Davis for the last 11 seconds.
And Danford's second attempt is up and good. It'll score 38-19. Here comes Lillian Tolman across the timeline. Last shot here of the first half, we assume. Kicks it back up to number 30, Sadie Marks, who then finds Hope Welsh for 3. Big-time 3. No good. Rebounded. It's Lillian Tolman. She tried to save it, but that's the end of the first half. As that's just how fast this first half is.
You need a
gone.
timeout.
I need a break, guys. This is crazy. As we are going to talk things over here in the Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning halftime show. It's 38-19, the Satellites lead. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
On the way home from the game, a deer jumps in front of your truck. And now you've got to get that truck repaired. Make it easy on yourself. Take it to Mark's Body Shop. Mark's has done expert auto body service since 1998 and will work with you and your insurance provider for collision repair, custom body paint, and insurance work. And all work guaranteed by owner Mark Schell. Mark's Body Shop, proud to support high school sports. 772-7003.
At First Farmers Bank and Trust, we've been serving family farms for over 130 years. We've seen our customers succeed in good times, pull through in tough times, and we've learned some lessons along the way. So we appreciate the customers we have today by finding the solutions they'll be looking for tomorrow. Are you ready to talk about your farm operation? Stop by a branch or visit us online at ffbt.com. First Farmers Bank and Trust, Equal Opportunity Lender, member FDIC.
When you grow up on the land, you have an appreciation for it. When you grow up and work on a family farm, on land that is shared by members of a family, all working together as a team, that appreciation grows even more. They know what it's like to work as a team to get the job done. At Lawrence Farms of Knox, Todd and Josh Lawrence and family support the local high school teams and wish them success all through the season.
In 49 other states, it's just basketball. But this is Indiana. Stay tuned for more in-game action with Mitch Columbi on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
BP gasoline with Invigorate helps clean your engine and can give you more miles per tank. Continuous use may result in the following pleasant side effects: excessive smiling, feeling more relaxed, taking more drives just because, volunteering for carpool twice in a row, and bragging to your friends about how you use our best fuel ever. To find out if BP gasoline with Invigorate is right for you, stop by your local station to discover our best fuel ever. Versus minimum detergent gas. Average restored 3 to 5 miles per tank, based on fleet testing and based on what you drive and how you drive.
High school sports brought to you by Zingo Express.
Rick Rabb 5-star in the Knox Mall. It's another wow week of savings.
Everybody's thinking about Christmas shopping, Tony. We're thinking about giving you bargains so you can eat and have enough energy to go shopping. Back in the deli, Open Acres, off the bone ham, $5.99 a full pound. We've got 6-pack NRs. They feature every Coke item, every Pepsi item, 4 for $11.88. Where's that 5-star?
In the Knox Mall.
Welcome to Marion University's newest location, Ancilla College of Marion University. Marion's newest campus location in Plymouth is your home for an on-campus college experience. From living in the dorms to being a collegiate student-athlete, Marion University is ranked 3rd most innovative Midwest university by U.S. News and World Report. For more information about our 2- or 4-year degrees, go to www.marion.edu/Ancilla. That's www.marion.edu/Ancilla.
Welcome to the Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Halftime Show on K99.3 FM. Here's Mitch Columbi.
We thank Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning for being part of the broadcast this evening. If you are uncomfortable in your home, give third-generation owner Brian Hammond a call at 574-936-4660, serving the local area since 1936. 38-19's the score, Nate. Your overall opinion of that first half.
I'll tell you what, I was impressed very much with South Central and the execution they had, mainly on the defensive end of the floor, because that defense led to a lot of their offense in that first half. On the flip side of that, I was also impressed with the way the Oregon Davis Lady Bobcats were able to respond. It took them into the second quarter before we really started to see them kind of calm down and figure out how to work against that very intense satellite defense. But I think we saw the Lady Bobcats growing up quite a bit, especially in that second quarter. And let's face it, I mean, they're in the furnace right now against this South Central team that not only has a lot of athleticism, they've got a lot of intelligence on their side too, with girls who have been playing varsity basketball at South Central for 3 or 4 years. So as we've seen throughout the course of the first half of this season from Oregon Davis, baptism by fire and the youth that they're playing with. But again, I think we saw them grow up a lot, and we're starting to see, as we talked a little bit about in the pregame show, that light bulb is slowly getting a little bit brighter with them. They're still trying to dribble their way through a very intense defensive pressure by South Central, which is exactly what the Lady Satellites want them to be doing. So Oregon Davis, they've got to start passing their way through, get the girls at midcourt. Don't settle for going along the baseline. That's where you're going to get trapped as the sideline as well. But, I think in the locker room right now, both coaches are encouraged, but they're also concerned at the same time. 38-19 in favor of South Central. Could be a lot worse, but it could be a lot better depending on which side of the court you're on right now. Very exciting first half, though.
Well, we are so excited to be bringing you this type of broadcast as there is more girls high school basketball action coming your way. We will be right back as the Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning halftime show continues. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Since 1936, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning have always taken pride in doing the job right. Third-generation owner Brian Hammond and his family have always set the standard when it comes to taking care of all your heating and cooling needs. Making your home a comfortable home is the absolute top priority. If you are uncomfortable in your home, give them a call at 574-936-4660. Follow them on Facebook. Let Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning help you take control of your comfort.
Merry Christmas from your friends at Collins Insurance Agency in downtown Knox. The holiday season is a time to reflect on important things in your life, a time to enjoy family and friends, and a time to once again remind yourself about the true meaning of Christmas. At Collins Insurance Agency in downtown Knox, we have a lot to be thankful for this holiday season. That's why we take pride in making sure your family is taken care of with insurance needs when the unexpected happens. So when you need insurance, let our family take care of yours. So from the Collins Insurance Agency family to yours, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Kankakee Valley Broadcasting, bringing you Indiana High School basketball on 99.3 FM, The Valley.
38-19 from the launch pad. Second half girls high school basketball action from Indiana coming your way on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
In 49 other states, it's just basketball. But this is Indiana. Stay tuned for more in-game action with Mitch Columbi on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Culver's Portside Marina handles all water recreational needs. When it comes to pontoons, Godfrey leads the industry in performance and quality, and Portside Marina has it in stock. From sampan, aqua patio, and sweetwater pontoons, if you're looking for a family boat, Culver Portside Marina can help. Located at 514 West Mill Street in Culver. Stop in or call them at 842-5000. Culver Portside Marina.
Kankakee Valley Broadcasting, bringing you Indiana High School basketball on 99.3 FM, The Valley.
From the launch pad, T-minus 1 minute and 30 seconds until liftoff for second half basketball action as the Oregon Davis Lady Cats trail 19-38 in this one. Mitch Columbi along with special guest sports analyst Nathan Welter this evening. Well, Nate, do you think it'll be slowed down any in the second half?
I don't think either team could afford to do so. And, that was one thing. I think that South Central kind of had their eyes open a little bit, especially as we saw that second quarter play out. Oregon Davis really starting to grow up and starting to mature as a varsity basketball team. They were able to take advantage a little bit on the offensive end of the floor, and I don't think South Central really anticipated that coming, considering how that first quarter went, especially. So for the Lady Satellites, they need to come out of the locker room and be as focused as they were at the start of the game to begin this third quarter. And for Oregon Davis, you got to keep that level of confidence that you had, especially at the end of the second quarter. You got to carry that over into the start of the third quarter. First 4 minutes of the second half, always critical in any game.
I agree, Nate. It's going to be what happens here at the beginning of the third quarter that sets the tone. Totally agree with that. As we remind our listeners, today's game is brought to you in part by Howard's Marathon of Winamac, serving Pulaski County for 43 years. Call 574-946-6894 and ask for Howard. We thank them for supporting local high school sports. We also thank Farm Fertilizer for sponsoring tonight's broadcast. Call them at 574-867-2441. That's Farm Fertilizer, helping to move the bar on yield and crop investment returns. So we're ready for second half action here.
Lady Bobcats get it to start the second half, so right out of the blocks, they can make a statement here.
So Lizzie Johnson has the ball now as we start the third quarter, 38-19 as the Lady Cats trail. Gabby Krause in the corner for three immediately. She gets it to go, 38-22 right away.
Yeah, no hesitation there. Shot that ball with a lot of confidence, and that's the way that Oregon Davis needed to start.
Here's Lillian Tolman looking at that 2-3 zone still. This is number 40, Olivia Marks, inside to Hope Welsh. Back out to Tolman, drives inside for a nice 8-footer. No good. Rebounded Sarah Thompson, and here come the Cats.
Good shot there by Tolman, just didn't drop.
This is Lizzie Johnson looking inside to Sarah Thompson, and she gets it to go. Nice entry, pass, and finish from Sarah Thompson. Back-to-back plays for the Lady Cats go well.
Yeah, and a great assist there by Johnson, keeping her head up, just made a quick pass into the paint.
Kate Welsh kicks it over to Hope Welsh, her sister. Now a skip pass over to Lillian Tolman. Looking at that zone defense. This is Hope Welsh now. Big time three from her. No good. Rebounded Kylie Saylor, and here come the Lady Cats. Oh, no. Tipped out of bounds. Almost stolen by Olivia Marks.
That was go-go gadget arms there for Olivia
that was
well, that's one of those things you can't really prepare for. Olivia Marks has an incredible wingspan. She can get a lot of those types of deflections, oftentimes that lead to turnovers. But that time, the ball goes out of bounds, so Oregon Davis maintains possession.
Lizzie Johnson now crosses the timeline, kicks it over to Reagan Danford. Entry pass into Sarah Thompson, who kicks it back over to Kylie Saylor and then threw it away. Tried to find Gabby Krause in the corner, but no.
Yeah, the Lady Cats just a little bit off balance right there. That pass was kind of, the legs were a little bit tangled up and maybe a little bit too quick getting rid of that ball. So South Central here with a great opportunity to increase their lead, up 38-24, 6:38 left to go in the third quarter.
Kate Welsh now with the ball, kicks it over to Lillian Tolman. Back over to Kate. Welsh with the ball, finds it in the corner to his sister Hope. Back to Kate. Kate over to Lillian Tolman. Tolman back over to Welsh. Welsh looking over at Hope Welsh, nothing there. Now Kate dribbles at the top of the key. She kicks it over to Lillian Tolman. Tolman back over to Welsh. Welsh inside to Olivia Marks. Tried to spin around, stolen by the Lady Cats. Good D from Sarah Thompson.
Yeah, very physical on the inside.
Lizzie Johnson drives, kicks out to Gabby Krause for three in the corner. No good. Almost rebounded by the Lady Cats, but it goes out of bounds.
And give credit to Olivia Marks there. She got she had tipped the ball and gets the block shot there. It looked like it was going to go out off of South Central. Oregon Davis, though, trying to get that loose ball, just couldn't corral it in. So South Central gets it back.
So Kate Welsh to bring it across the timeline, 38-24, under 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter. It's Lillian Tolman, entry pass into Olivia Marks. Stolen again. Here come the Lady Cats. It's Lizzie Johnson across the timeline. Gets it inside to Gabby Krause. Almost thrown it away, and it did. It bounced off her shin. Man.
Yeah, and again, another deflection there by the Lady Satellites. That time I believe it was Kate Welsh who was able to get a fingernail on it, and the ball ended up going off of the foot of one of the Lady Bobcats. So South Central gets it back. Looks like they're going to slow things down just a little bit here as they walk the ball across half court.
Kate Welsh, top of the key, kicks it over to Lillian Tolman. Tolman back to Welsh. Welsh drives inside, corner to Hope Welsh. Inside to Olivia Marks, and a foul's called by Sarah Thompson.
Yeah, Thompson coming over across the lane a little bit out of control there. Ended up slamming into one of the Lady Satellites. That's going to be her third foul, so that's going to disrupt Oregon Davis a little bit as she's going to have to come out of the ball game. And checking back in is going to be Maddie Wireman for the Lady Bobcats.
Hope Welsh underneath her own basket for an out-of-bounds play. Gets it to Olivia Marks. Turnaround shot, no good, and she's going to shoot two as that's foul on the play. I think it may be on Wireman. I'm not sure, though. Nope.
Bobcat foul on number
53, Kylie Saylor with the foul.
And that was a heck of a move there in the post by Sadie Marks. Nice spin to get the defender off balance.
As this is Sadie Marks, my apologies.
At the line for the Satellites.
Boy, there's a lot of relatives on this team.
Everyone's always related.
So Sadie Marks misses the first of two. Her second one is about to go. And she gets that one, too, as it's now 39-24. The Lady Cats in control now. Crossing the timeline is Lizzie Johnson. And it looks like the Satellites are in a zone defense here. Big time free from Reagan Danford. Splash!
Yeah, and she was not hesitating at all. The lefty from a couple feet behind the three-point line
She
there.
was deep. 39-27 as the Satellites lead. They get it inside to Olivia Marks, who gets the two-point play to go. Nice job from her. She's got to be close, Nate.
She just slips her way through the defense and lays it up off the glass on that possession. Great move there inside.
Ooh, they tried to get it inside to Madison Wireman. Lizzie Johnson overthrew her, and it goes into the hands of a Satellite, and here's Olivia Marks now. Ooh, stolen back by Lizzie Johnson. Good job by her. It's a one-on-one opportunity for her, and there's a foul called on the floor as Lizzie Johnson got it back.
Yeah, and a great effort there defensively by Johnson. She was able to get the deflection, turn that into the steal. That foul called on Olivia Marks will be her second first team foul against the Lady Satellites. Oregon Davis has it out of bounds underneath their own basket.
And head coach Ben Anderson of the Satellites is going to take a timeout. We're going to take this time to wish our good friends Ed Hasnerl and Matt Ketchum, who are tuning in right now, a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to both of you. Thank you so much for tuning in throughout the last several months to hear this football and basketball sports broadcast. Has been a lot of fun. Appreciate you guys tuning in. As we remind you, today's sports broadcast is brought to you by Dairy Queen of Winamac. We thank them for being part of the community and supporting local high school sports. Also, Mark's Body Shop in Knox is proud to be part of the broadcast this evening. If you ever need collision repair, contact Mark at 574-772-7003. So this timeout is over here. They had a chance to talk things over. Ben Anderson must have wanted to Must have saw something he wanted to relay to his team.
Well, he recognizes that Oregon Davis isn't going away, and I think he was just trying to get his girls refocused on the task at hand.
Out of bounds play underneath their own basket. They kick it out to Reagan Danford, who gets it into Saylor. Back out to Danford. Nice fake. She's moving inside on that zone. Shoots a 12-footer. No good. Rebounded Hope Welsh, and here come the Satellites. Kicks it up to Kate Welsh. Kate crosses the timeline. Now it's Lillian Tolman. Tolman back over to Welsh. Welsh inside. Marks. No good, but she's fouled, and she'll go to the line for 2.
Great ball movement there by the Lady Satellites. That foul's going to go on Maddie Wireman, and will put Olivia Marks at the free throw line with 2 opportunities. But South Central just passing their way through that Oregon Davis defense, and they're going to get 2 free throw attempts out of it. You got to love how well this Lady Satellite team works together, and I think a lot of that has to do with their communication on both ends of the floor. And a little bit of confusion as to who the foul was called on. I think they had made a mistake. They called it on the wrong Lady Bobcat. They called it on Gabby Krause. And now they're going to say it was on
they're
Reagan
not really
Danford.
sure who it's on.
It was, the foul was on Maddie Wireman, as we had said earlier. And okay, so they've got it right now. Everyone on the same page
I think
now.
we were all a little lost there. As this is Olivia Marks. She is inching closer to those 11 points, Nathan.
And that was it.
That
1,000.
was it. That was it. So Olivia Marks has achieved 1,000 points in her career here at South Central. We congratulate her, as it looks like Athletic Director John Haggard has a special ball that says 1,000 career points, and they are taking a timeout for this opportunity right now, as this is a big-time moment, Nate.
Yeah, they've got the 1,000-point banner with her picture on it, her parents coming out of the stands to get a photo. As you said, she has that commemorative 1,000-point basketball. The pictures being taken, you're going to see those in newspapers and yearbooks and all that kind of stuff coming up in the near future. What an incredible achievement for a very special young lady, a very special athlete here at South Central. And immediately that smile goes away as she gets back in the team huddle.
Yeah.
She knows that this job isn't done tonight.
Well,
but we're not going to gloss over an incredible
right.
individual achievement.
Well, that moment right there just showed me I wish I could split myself in half so I could get pictures for social media. There's only so much one man can do, Nate.
Well, the nice thing is the administration here at South Central is very good at sharing.
Yes, they are. As Olivia Marks gets that second free throw to go, it's 1,001 points in her career now. As here's Lizzie Johnson having trouble crossing the timeline. She kicks it up. This is Laster, a nice 12-footer. No good. And, boy, she's upset with herself there.
Well, and I think she was a little bit surprised as to how wide open she was. Actually got the ball just inside of the free throw line, turned around. There were no defenders on her, and she put the shot up, wasn't able to get it to drop. Aggressively going after the rebound there, ended up committing her first foul, 4th team foul against the Lady Bobcats.
So Kate Welsh to bring it across the timeline. She kicks it over to Lillian Tolman, Now she drives inside, shoots a layup, no good. Rebounded Lizzie Johnson, stolen back to the Satellites, and a travel is called.
Just over the midway point here in the third quarter, South Central leading 43-27 over Oregon Davis, and South Central once again starting to pick up the defensive intensity a little bit. I think they recognize Oregon Davis has shown that they can put up some points, and they want to put a damp blanket on that right now.
Well, the Cats stolen again by the Satellites, but it goes out of bounds. It'll stay here for the Lady Cats of Oregon Davis. Out of bounds play underneath their own basket.
Yeah, ball kind of batted around there. Lily Tolman got a hand on it, and Kylie Saylor right at the last second was able to knock it off her foot.
Ooh, an entry pass into Kylie Saylor for a layup. No good. Rebounded Olivia Marks. And here come the Satellites up to number 30. That was Sadie Marks for the and one, and she gets it to go.
Yeah, and again, South Central showing how quickly they can go from point A to point B. One pass, ball gets across half court, and a layup opportunity at the other end. And Sadie Marks able to convert there, has a chance to convert the three-point play after that foul was called on Ashley Laster.
So the and one opportunity is up and away, and it rolls out. Rebounded Lillian Tolman inside. No good. It was blocked. And it goes back out to Sadie Marks, who kicks it back to Kate Welsh, and they're going to reset the offense. They look at this zone from Oregon Davis. They get it inside to Sadie Marks for the turnaround left-handed layup. Nice job, 47-27, 3:15 to go in the third. It's a 20-point ball game. Lizzie Johnson crossing the timeline. Ooh, stolen. That was number 40, Olivia Marks, and she kept it in bounds, and she gets it back to Kate Welsh, and here they come. And Kate Welsh just threw it out of bounds on, they're calling it tipped.
Yeah, so South Central is going to maintain possession. Coach Lady up off the bench. She's beside herself right now because there wasn't an Oregon Davis defender over there. So South Central gets an extended possession here. 3:04 left to go in the third quarter. They lead 47-27.
So Hope Welsh gets it out underneath her own basket. And this is Olivia Marks who kicks it back to Lillian Tolman. Oh, stolen by Lizzie Johnson. She's done a great job in the passing lanes. It's one-on-one. Lizzie Johnson, and she takes the foul. Attacking, good job by her.
Yeah, Johnson has been able to get out of the passing lane a few times here against the Lady Satellites, and that time the foul is going to be called on Lily Tolman, who aggressively went after a block shot there, clearly wanting to make contact and not give up an easy two. She's going to make Johnson earn these at the free throw line.
So Lizzie Johnson will shoot two. As we remind you, today's broadcast is brought to you in part by Culver Portside Marina. They can make sure your boat is ready for this winter. If you need help storing or winterizing your watercraft, call Glenn Bailey at 574-842-5000. We also thank Patrick Auto Group for supporting local high school sports tonight. Located in Knox on US 35, call 574-772-7272. That's Patrick Auto Group. So Lizzie Johnson for the first free throw, up and away, and it's off the left iron. As one more, we appreciate tonight's game being brought to you in part by Lawrence Farms. We thank Todd Lawrence for supporting local high school sports.
Samantha Marks checking back in for the South Central Satellites. Going to give Lily Tolman a well-deserved break here with 2:52 left to go in the third quarter.
Second free throw up and no good from Lizzie Johnson. As we now have a whistle.
Yeah, this is an official timeout. I think that there's been some confusion between the scoreboard, the scorekeepers, and the officiating crew. They're making sure, they're going to say the last foul was called on Lily Tolman. So that's going to be her second foul and the second team foul against South Central.
So
Oregon Davis setting up in a full court press.
Yeah, full court press from the Oregon Davis Lady Cats as they get it into Kate Welsh. Now she's got to get it across the timeline. They kick it up to number 30, Sadie Marks, who does. Now Sadie picks up her dribble, kicks it over to number 20, Samantha Marks. Boy, how many Marks are on this team? There's three of them. Samantha Marks, Sadie Marks, and Olivia Marks. Olivia the senior, Sadie the junior, and Samantha the freshman.
And that last foul called on Gabby Krause. That's going to be her third foul. Sixth team foul against Oregon Davis. So South Central going to be shooting a lot of free throws here in the second half. 2:42 still left to go in the third quarter. They lead by 20, 47-27.
Yeah, which I'm sure they'd be happy to shoot free throws. As Olivia Marks now at the top of the key. She's got Ashley Laster on her. Kicks it over to the corner. That's Kate Welsh. Welsh driving inside. Kicks it back out to number 30. That's Sadie Marks. Marks passes back out to Kate Welsh. Welsh at the top of the key. Welsh picks up her dribble. Back over to Hope Welsh, her sister. Into the corner now. Hands it off. That's number 30. Sadie Marks. Marks into the corner. Big time three from Kate Welsh. Splash.
Yeah, and good ball movement there running the flex offense. The back screen, down screen, reverse. South Central being very patient, finding a good shot. Oregon Davis is going to call timeout here with 2 minutes left. Want to talk things over.
Well, a smart move. I think Lizzie Johnson was about to get trapped, and head coach Aubrey Lady saw the trap, so they call a timeout immediately. As Zingo Express of Knox is a proud sponsor of tonight's action. Stop by Zingo Express in Knox and fuel up both you and your vehicle the Zingo Express way. Tonight's broadcast is also brought to you in part by Nepco Crane and Equipment Services, specializing in mobile crane service. Call Joe Nepp at 1-800-590-2272 for all your residential, commercial, and agricultural crane needs. 50-27, 2 minutes even to go here in the third quarter, as it's been all satellites so far tonight.
And you had mentioned that was a possession-saving timeout by Coach Lady as Oregon Davis has the ball. And, the scoreboard looks ugly here, but they've been playing, as we said at halftime, with a lot more confidence after that first quarter, and she wants to make sure that they get a quality possession.
So Gabby Krause in the corner, tried to get it inside. Ooh, Lizzie Johnson picks it up as it was almost stolen. Good job by her. Lizzie Johnson the several games that I've watched her, she gets her nose in there right where you want to see it. You know what I mean? She does a great job of putting herself in position.
Yeah, she keeps her head in the game regardless of where the ball's at on the floor. That last foul called on Samantha Marks is her second. Lily Tolman's going to check back into the ballgame for South Central, and Oregon Davis right away, unforced turnover.
That's hard to see.
Yeah, just trying to get the ball into the corner, and the girl took her eye off it for a split second. Ball bounced off her knee and went out of bounds, so South Central gets it back. Minute 45 left to go in the third quarter.
So Sadie Marks to bring it across the timeline for the Satellites. She kicks it over to Lillian Tolman. Lizzie Johnson almost stole it, but Tolman takes advantage and uses that space available. She drives inside, shoots the layup, no good. Rebounded Lizzie Johnson. Who else? Here comes Johnson now. Johnson's going to cross the timeline. She's looking good tonight. Looking at that zone, kicks it over to the corner. Gabby Krause for a big-time two in the corner. No good, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be Satellite ball.
Yeah, and it looked like she was never really on balance. And credit the South Central defense. It's so intense, you don't have an opportunity to ever feel comfortable on the offensive end of the floor.
So Sadie Marks bringing it across the timeline for the Satellite. She picks up her dribble. Skip pass over to Hope Welsh. Far side of the court now. Welsh, another skip pass right back to Sadie Marks for the end. No, it was called on the floor. So she will shoot a 1-and-1, and I think Ben Anderson thought the same thing I thought.
Yeah, that was a good job by the official there. The foul was clearly before the shot was taken, and the foul was called on Gabby Krause. And that's going to be her fourth foul, seventh team foul against Oregon Davis. So she's going to have to come out as Sadie Marks goes to the free throw line to shoot 1-and-1.
So 1-and-1 from Sadie Marks here as she's at the foul line, shooting her first. And it's off the back iron. Rebounded Sarah Thompson. It bounces off her foot. She's trying to save it.
And it's going to be out of bounds off of Oregon Davis as the Lady Bobcats diving on the floor. After that, Sarah Thompson almost had control of it, but couldn't quite get it before she touched the sideline. So South Central, just under a minute left to go in the third quarter, up 50-27, has the ball back.
You know what I'm just noticing, Nathan? Both teams have the same shoes.
Yeah, you kind of run into that, especially in our area. A lot of the teams use the same providers.
So the Satellites almost lost it. This is Hope Welsh in the corner. It just looks funny. Everyone has the same feet.
Well, generally the same school colors.
Yeah, the same school colors.
One has black, one has blue.
Yeah.
But they both have red and white.
Inside to Hope Welsh for the two, blocked by Ashley Laster.
Yeah, and a good job there by Laster rotating over defensively. She stayed on her feet, was straight up, got the block shot. Ball went out of bounds off of Oregon Davis, so South Central still has it. 35 seconds left to go in the third.
Underneath their own basket, they get to Olivia Marks for the layup. No good. Great defense from the Lady Cats as they provided the stop, but I'm not sure what they called here.
Well, they're going to call a foul on Olivia Marks after that missed shot. She was a little bit too aggressive going after the loose ball, and she had a phenomenal move inside and missed a shot that she makes 9 times out of 10, and that was more of a frustration foul than anything else.
So 30 seconds to go here in the third quarter, 50-27, the Cats trail. This is Lizzie Johnson bringing it across the timeline, and it was almost stolen by Sadie Marks, but it's a called reach-in foul.
Yeah, and that's going to go on, as you said, Sadie Marks. Again, South Central being very aggressive defensively. That's one of the reasons they lead 50-27 with 24 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. But that time, she ends up getting called for her second foul, 5th team foul against the Lady Satellites.
Lizzie Johnson, man.
Yeah, ball just went off of her knee right there. And Lily Tolman, defensively, she was the one on the ball there. She's not going to let you breathe at all. So you have to be confident when you've got the ball in your hands. Otherwise, she'll make you pay. And right there, she did.
Well, Hope Welsh trying to get it in bounds. She does to Sadie Marks, and that's who's going to bring it across the timeline. Sadie crosses over, kicks it over to Lillian Tolman. Tolman at the top of the key, about the volleyball line. Drives her right around Sarah Thompson for the drive. No good on the layup.
They've got time.
Rebounded Lady Cats. The 3 seconds to go. Lizzie Johnson tried to get a shot off, but a reach-in foul is called by Lillian Tolman, and she rolls her eyes in disapproval.
Well, and that's frustrating. I think she was upset that they didn't get the points at the other end, and then that she committed that foul, because that's going to be her third 16th foul against the Lady Satellites.
So they get it into Lizzie Johnson, who shoots a half-court prayer, and no good, as that's the end of the third quarter, 50-27. Collins Insurance is part of the broadcast tonight. We appreciate them being so. taking care of all your insurance needs. That's Collins Insurance, supporting local high school sports. Jim Collins said call anytime at 574-772-6844. We also thank the Stark County Co-op, your local agricultural cooperative that offers an array of service and support, including grain, agronomy, seed, fuel, and LP Petroleum. Call 574-867-2411 to contact the Stark County Co-op. Are they playing the Careless Whisper right now, Nate?
With the South Central Pep Band, their book of arrangements is endless.
They are.
They don't hesitate to play anything and everything to keep the crowd entertained. It's always fun.
They are definitely playing. I'm missing his name, George. Careless Whisper, George. Man, that's going to haunt me for the rest of tonight, Nate. But Careless Whisper is being played by the Satellite Pep Band under the direction of Mike Scheck. Doing a great job tonight, I might add. Always love hearing a pep band. We had Craig Phipps on the Saturday Sports Line a couple of months ago. They're part of the game. They are. It doesn't matter what you say. Everyone has that favorite song they remember the pep band playing when they were out there warming up. Stolen by Sarah Thompson as the Satellites had possession to start the fourth quarter. Here comes Sarah Thompson on a spin move.
Yep. It was a nice move, but she shuffled her feet just a little bit without putting the ball back on the floor. And, it was an incredible spin move. She got the layup, but nice job there by the official. Made the correct call traveling, and South Central gets the ball back.
So Kate Welsh at the top of the key kicks it over to Olivia Marks, who drives baseline and gets the layup to go. Book 2 more points for her in her career.
Once again, a great baseline drive by Marks. Went up strong, anticipated some contact, got a little bit, not enough for the foul, and she's able to knock down that layup.
Lizzie Johnson finds it into Sarah Thompson for a nice entry pass. Puts up a layup, no good. Rebounded Ashley Laster. It bounces out to Reagan Danford. Kicks it up to the top of the key. Back to Reagan Danford for 3, and she gets it to go. Big time 3 from her.
Yeah, and a great possession there by Oregon Davis. They ran a little pick and roll here, weren't able to get points off of that. They stuck with it, were able to get the loose ball out and knock down a 3. So, it's one of those little battles that the Lady Bobcats won right there. That's going to lead to this team being a lot more dangerous second half of the season.
And another big-time 3 splash from Olivia Marks.
No hesitation that time. Marks
big-time 3
up.
as she is above 1,000 career points now, big time. As an errant pass inside, stolen by Hope Welsh, and here come the Satellites. 55-30, 6:30 to go here in the ball game. As here is Kate Welsh at the top of the key, kicks it over to Hope Welsh. Hope Welsh now, Reagan Danford all over, kicks it back up. This is number 20, Samantha Marks. Sam Marks kicks it back up to Lillian Tolman. Tolman with Lizzie Johnson all over. Crosses over now. Driving inside. Picks up her dribble. Kicks it back out to Olivia Marks. Marks driving in. Kicks it back out to Kate Welsh. Now Welsh. Sarah Thompson on her. Dribbles right around her. Here she comes on the drive. Takes it inside. No foul called. Here they come off the missed attempt. It's Reagan Danford. Danford dribbling it all the way down. Picks it up. Finds Sarah Thompson, who then finds Madison Wireman for a nice layup. Beautiful pass play from the Oregon Davis Lady Cats.
Yeah, and they did a great job there, keeping their cool. A couple of passes after they got the ball across half court led to a wide open layup, and that's what Coach Lady wants to see from her offense.
Kate Welsh, Sarah Thompson all over, providing good defense. Back up to Lillian Tolman. Tolman inside. That is Hope Welsh. Kicks it back out to Olivia Marks for a 3 in the corner. Rebounded Sam Marks. Marks back out to Kate Welsh for 3. No good. Rebounded Olivia Marks inside and gets the put back to go. She's having a game.
Yeah, great physical play there by Olivia Marks, getting the offensive rebound and the putback. South Central now up 57-32. Just over 5 minutes left to go in the ball game.
Johnson tries to get it into Sarah Thompson, and they are going to call a foul on Olivia Marks.
Yeah, and a great battle inside with Marks and Sarah Thompson going on. That time Marks gets called for the foul. And that's the 7th team foul, so this is going to be a 1-and-1 opportunity for Oregon Davis after Marks picked up her 4th foul.
So Ben Anderson in disapproval, that's for sure, on that call, as he thought the defense over top of Sarah Thompson was fair, but the ref saw a different angle as he's getting an explanation right now. Not really sure what they're saying, but it's very interesting to watch the two body languages talk to each other.
This will be 1-and-1 for Sarah Thompson.
As Sarah Thompson's 1-and-1 opportunity is missed, it goes out of bounds, and it'll be called satellite ball. So Hope Welsh to take this out.
Oregon Davis going to go with a full court man-to-man defense, it looks like.
As they are picking up full court. Hope Welsh to inbounds. She gets it to Kate Welsh. Kate now trying to cross the timeline, and she does. She's got Kylie Saylor all over, coast to coast.
Nice.
Layup to go, and the and one counts. Kate Welsh.
Well, and there was no hesitation on her part. She got the ball in her hands. No one cut her off at the base or at the sideline, so she just went all the way to the hoop. Foul called on Kylie Saylor, and the and one opportunity here for Kate Welsh, the senior.
So the and one opportunity from Kate Welsh is up and no good. Rebounded Reagan Danford, and here come the Lady Cats. 5 minutes to go, 59-32. The Satellites lead.
And again, Oregon Davis with an opportunity here. Yeah, you're trailing. The scoreboard looks ugly, but we've seen them really do a lot of growing here in the last 3 quarters especially.
Reagan Danford, big-time three from her. No good. In and out. Rebounded Hope Welsh. Here come the Satellites. She kicks it up to Kate Welsh, who crosses the timeline, pushes it forward. Here's Lillian Tolman on the nice move from baseline drive, and she gets it to go. 61-32.
Just a quick fake left, drive right, and along the baseline, Tolman goes up strong to lay that one in.
Johnson kicks it over to Madison Wireman, who then tried to get it inside to Reagan Danford, stolen by Kate Welsh, and here come the Satellites. This is Lillian Tolman, crosses over, drives inside, kicks it over to Samantha Marks, now over to Hope Welsh, who then finds number 30, Sadie Marks, back to Hope Welsh, who then finds number 20, Samantha Marks at the top of the key. Marks kicks it back over to Hope Welsh. Welsh with the ball inside. That is number 30, Sadie Marks, for a nice left-handed layup.
Yeah, again, the flex offense there for South Central. Down screen, back screen, reverse, and they're able to get 2 points.
Kicks it up to Reagan Danford. No good from 3. Rebounded Kylie Saylor. Put back up by Madison Wireman. No good, and rebounded Satellites. Here they come. This is Kate Welsh, who finds a nice play. Number 20, Samantha Marks, waiting for an entry pass and gets the easy layup. 65-32, 3:33 to go in the fourth. Reagan Danford, another 3. No good. Rebounded almost by Kylie Saylor, and a foul called.
And I believe that's going to go against South Central, going over the back. Waiting for the official call here. But, that is going to be the call on Samantha Marks. And both teams now in the bonus, so this will be a 1-and-1 opportunity for Kylie Saylor at the free throw line, with South Central leading 65-32, 3:27 left to go in the ballgame. Oregon Davis still showing a lot of fight here, despite the scoreboard looking a little bit ugly.
So 1-on-1 opportunity here for Kylie Saylor. She's going to shoot the first free throw. We'll see if it goes. 65-32 is the score. First one's up, no good, off the back iron, rebounded. Kylie Saylor, she got the rebound. It bounced around off a couple of Satellites as now Lizzie Johnson spins around, top of the key, tried to get it over to Reagan Danford, and it goes out of bounds. It'll stay here, Lady Cat ball.
Tolman doing a nice job getting out the passing lane, was able to get that deflection, but Oregon Davis maintains possession, as you said, with 3:19 left to go in the ball game.
So crossing the timeline is Lizzie Johnson. She kicks it over to Reagan Danford. Reagan Danford at the top of the key. Now finds Gabby Krause. Little weave option back to Lizzie Johnson. Big time 3 to Reagan Danford. She gets it to go.
Shooting with a lot of confidence, and good things happen when you get the ball in the flow of the offense and you shoot with confidence.
Lillian Tolman takes it across the timeline, shoots a right-handed elbow from 15 and gets it to go. 67-35, 2:45 to go in the fourth. Lizzie Johnson kicks it over to Reagan Danford. Another wide open 3 off the back iron. Rebounded McKenna Welsh. And here come the Satellites. A new Welsh is in the ball game.
Good anticipation there. Lizzie Johnson able to jump out as South Central trying to push the ball down the floor. She deflects that into the South Central pep band. But the Lady Satellites maintain possession with 2:36 left to go in the ball game.
Hope Welsh to take it out of bounds underneath their own basket. Out of bounds play out to Olivia Marks. Now this is number 33, Lillian Tolman. Tolman back over to Marks for a big time 3. Almost there. Rebounded Reagan Danford, and here come the Lady Cats. This is Lizzie Johnson crossing the half-court line. Gets it to Reagan Danford inside, shoots from 14, and she gets it to go, the lefty.
Yeah, nice little tap pass inside by Lizzie Johnson, and the pull-up jumper from just inside 15 feet falls. And a good possession there by Oregon Davis. South Central, though, still up by 30. 2 minutes left to go in the ballgame, 67-37.
Here's Lillian Tolman, cross-court pass to her, and she gets a 17-footer to go. Wing extended shot looked good from her, 69-37. Here's Lizzie Johnson, finds Gabby Krause in the corner, shoots from 18, no good, rebounded. Here comes Samantha Marks on a fast break opportunity. It's only her as she gets the layup to go, 71-37, 1:40 to go.
Those are the kind of things that happen when you miss one box out. You know, you are kind of left empty-handed there on the other end of the floor.
So baseline is Gabby Krause, kicks it back out to Reagan Danford. She's driving inside. She is not shy. She shoots it, no good. Rebounded Kylie Saylor. Put back is good.
Good effort there by Saylor, getting the rebound and the putback.
1:20 to go in the ball game. It's all but over, but we're here for you. As this is Lillian Tolman, kicks it over to Hope Welsh, inside to Olivia Marks. Spin around, baseline, nice post move, got it. Oh, no good. And it goes out of bounds. It'll stay here, satellite ball.
Well, that was a good effort there by McKenna Welsh going after that offensive rebound. Wasn't able to haul it in, but the ball goes out of bounds off of Oregon Davis. So South Central maintains possession, just over a minute left to go in the ball game.
Kicks it out. Olivia Marks underneath her own basket. Back into Hope Welsh. She was posted up. Now she ends up back out at the three-point line. She moves in about 16 feet. Shoots it. No good. Rebounded number 21. That's McKenna Welsh. Big time rebound from her. She's trying to put it back up. She's got Lady Cats all over.
Yeah, the ball got knocked away a few times, and McKenna kind of comes away smiling with her teammates. And I don't think she really knew what was going on because the ball was in her hand, and then it wasn't, then
she was
it
just trying
was,
to get it up.
Wasn't. And in the meantime, that foul called on Kylie Saylor was her third foul, ninth team foul against Oregon Davis.
So the first free throw is up, away, and good from McKenna Welsh. As today's broadcast is brought to you in part by 5 Star, we thank them for supporting local high school sports and remind you to shop local. That's 5 Star in the Knox Mall. Second free throw is up, away from McKenna, no good. Rebounded Kylie Saylor, and a foul's called by Lillian Tolman.
Yeah, and she kind of comes away with a look of, whoops, I shouldn't have done that, Coach, and was kind of sheepishly looking over at head coach Ben Anderson. And she was like, yeah, I should know better. And her teammates kind of smirking at her as well, saying, yeah, you should have known better.
Yeah, big time shout out to our in-game producer, Chris DeGard, who is alerting me, George Michael, that's the name I needed, George Michael, who's saying Careless Whisper. So thank you to Chris as the first free throw is up and no good. Rebounded by Olivia Marks, and here come the South Central Satellites. Kicks it over. This is Lillian Tolman.
Yeah, they might try and dribble this one out. Just 40 seconds left to go in the ball game, up 72-39.
Kicks it over to Olivia Marks, and you're right. They are just wanting this one to end, but Lizzie Johnson is saying, no, we want to play. Kicks it back to the top of the key. Lillian Tolman, they see it and they feel it. Here they come. Kicks it back over to Olivia Marks. Gabby Krause on her. Now over to Lillian Tolman. Lizzie Johnson on her. 20 seconds to go in the ball game. It's 72-39. The Satellites have won this one in a big-time fashion, Nate. As this is Lillian Tolman with 10 seconds to go in the ball game. That's going to do it. 72-39 is the final from the launch pad as the South Central Satellites are going to win this one over the Oregon Davis Lady Cats. So we'll talk things over in our Collins Insurance post-game show as a fast-paced affair saw Nate and I get home early tonight. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Howard's Marathon in Winamac has a reputation built on getting things done right. With 30 years' experience as an ASE Master Auto Technician, Dean Wentz is the right choice for the auto repairs or service. From auto computer diagnostic checks to new batteries and tires, they can take care of it all. Howard's Marathon is a proud supporter of area high school sports and wishes all teams a great season. Howard's Marathon, 121 South Monticello Street in Winamac. Call 574-946-6894.
Real magic is everywhere. It's in your mom's cooking. In 4-hour dinners with friends. In that first bite of something new. And in the fizz of a Coca-Cola. Now with so many options for less than $5, the Coca-Cola Value Collection will help you make the most out of every magic moment for so much less. Taste the magic for less with Coca-Cola.
Welcome to the Collins Insurance Agency's post-game show. Let's get back to Mitch Columbi and Coach Terry Minix.
From the launch pad, the South Central Satellites beat the Oregon Davis Lady Cats 72-39. Hello again, everybody. Mitch Columbi here with special guest sports analyst Nathan Welter. Nate, let's go ahead and tell our listeners what we witnessed tonight.
Well, what we witnessed was South Central winning this game by a point total. I think we expected them to win by, I think what we also saw from Oregon Davis was a team that really grew up after the initial shock kind of wore off of how athletic and how talented this South Central team is. They're going to be a tough out all season long for whatever opponents they play. But, one thing's for sure, this very young Oregon Davis team, they are making strides in the right direction. You go up against a very tough, very talented, very well-coached program like the South Central Lady Satellites have. That's a very tall task to face, especially when you've got a lot of inexperience on your roster. And again, the final score, I think, is what we expected, what South Central expected. I think what we didn't expect to see was the amount of growth from this Oregon Davis team. So I think a lot of positives came out of this ball game for Oregon Davis. For South Central, a lot of smiles came out. Obviously, getting to see Olivia Marks hit the 1,000-point mark for her career was huge. We saw a lot of girls contribute on both ends of the floor. Defensively, I think, is the big story for this South Central team because the full court and the half court, they were playing like one unit out there from start to finish. Deflections, forced turnovers, a lot of frustration is what they caused, and that's what ultimately led to this big victory for them here at home.
Well, 72-39, very happy if you're a South Central Satellite fan. But like you just said, a lot of learning. We saw the light bulbs somewhat start to flicker for the Lady Cats, this young team, as it just was not their night. But we anticipated this being a very, very tough game. We remind you every morning to join Rich Wallen on the WKVI Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. Central, right here on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Stay tuned, though. The Stark County Co-op play of the game is next. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Collins Insurance Agency in Knox has done it again. They have earned the distinction of preferred agency partner from the Western Reserve Insurance Company.
Can't touch this.
So what does that mean for you? Collins Insurance Agency provides themselves of taking care of its community. That means providing the best insurance that keeps you and your family safe in a time of need. And with this honor, Collins Insurance Agency looks forward to providing Stark and surrounding counties the best customer service you and your family deserve. Collins Insurance Agency in Knox, living the golden rule by treating you like family.
Farm Fertilizers and Seeds is proud to be our area's newest sales representatives for Pioneer Hybrid Seed. This is Andy Awald. Pioneer offers top-of-the-line genetics, a complete portfolio including alfalfa and wheat seed, and cutting-edge seed traits and technologies. Combined with exceptional financing options, Pioneer provides the total package, one that we are proud to be able to offer our customers. If you are currently working with a Pioneer sales representative, you've made a good choice. If you aren't, let Farm Fertilizers and Seeds show you how Pioneer can work on your farm. Call us today at 867-2441 to answer any of your questions.
It's time for the Stark County Co-op play of the game. Now, let's return to the voices of WKVI, Sports Director Mitch Columbi and Coach Terry Minix.
Coach Terry Minix couldn't be here tonight as he is an assistant coach for the Oregon Davis Lady Cats. With us tonight was special guest sports analyst. You all know him very well, Nathan Welter, as we are going to have an opportunity here to talk with head coach of the Oregon Davis Lady Cats, Aubrey Lady, this evening. Coach, boy, you kind of talked to it or preluded to it in the pregame interview. It was going to be a tough matchup for you guys. Your overall opinion of tonight's matchup?
That's a good ball team. No doubt about that. They play hard. They came out ready to go. I thought Reagan Danford did a very good job for us. She caught and ready to shoot. Unfortunately, we won't have her tomorrow. But we have to fix the little things. It all comes down to that. When we can fix that, it in the big picture, it makes us a lot better. Understanding the game of basketball or basketball IQ, it's not there yet. We're working on it, but mind you, again, that's a very good team, and we just have to make sure that we learn from this and come back ready to play tomorrow.
Who you got with you here?
Well, this is Cowan. He was
crying on the bench, so I got him after the game.
Well,
probably not the only one.
Yeah, I was going to say it wasn't the only one on the bench doing that. But Coach, I think one thing that we really saw from your team tonight, a much more mature team in the second half than what we saw start the game. And I think a lot of that had to do with the shock of how athletic South Central is kind of wore off on them. And they started playing up to a level rather than down to a level.
Yeah,
absolutely. We came out good in the second half right off the rip. But the problem was they started to go on their run, and we figured we just put our hands up and said, okay, it's your turn. And we didn't stop it. And, basketball is a game of runs, and we tell them it's fine for them to go on a run, but you have to stop theirs earlier and make sure that yours is continuing to go. We just got to handle the ball better. We had way too many turnovers. And but, again, Reagan Danford did a very good job for us tonight. We got to stay out of foul trouble. There's a lot of things that we can take from this, but good thing is we get to come back and play tomorrow.
Well, and I think one of the big steps that your girls took tonight was realizing that they need to pass their way through presses as opposed to trying to dribble, which is what they were doing very early in the game. By the end of the game, their passing got so much better, and you guys were much more effective offensively.
Absolutely. We can't be scared to have the ball. I think that was part of it. We're in the spot we're supposed to be, but we're behind a player.
Yeah.
Go to the open spot, not just the spot you're supposed to be. But we're learning. We're young, which is good. Hopefully that we can figure these things out come tournament time and be ready to go.
Well, Coach, thanks for your time. Safe travels back to Hamlet.
Thank you very much. You guys too.
All right, that's head coach of the Oregon Davis Lady Cats, Aubrey Lady, here as we are getting ready for our Stark County Co-op play of the game. I hand it over to our sports analyst special guest, Nathan Welter.
Well, one of the easiest decisions that Kankakee Valley Broadcasting will have, obviously the play of the game came from Olivia Marks when she knocked down the basket that put her over 1,000 career points. Very, very great company that she is now a part of here at South Central, which has a great tradition, both girls and boys basketball. And now she's got her name engraved next to some all-time greats at South Central. And without question, she knocked down that shot. And the crowd erupted. The student section went nuts. And they had the banner for her and the commemorative ball.
So awesome.
Just a great moment. So I don't think that there's any debate as to whether or not that's the play of the game. That's got to be it.
The 1,000th point by Olivia Marks is our Stark County Co-op play of the game. Stay tuned for our Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game. That's coming up next. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
The Stark County Co-op has been a member-owned farm services co-op in Stark County since 1928. That's over 90 years, and they're still providing the same quality agronomy services to the farming community of Stark and surrounding counties. The Stark County Co-op is an LP and fuel provider. The Stark County Co-op purchases grain at both locations, Hamlet and Browns. You can reach them by phone at 1-800-782-3392, the Stark County Co-op.
Since 1936, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning have always taken pride in doing the job right. Third-generation owner Brian Hammond and his family have always set the standard when it comes to taking care of all your heating and cooling needs. Making your home a comfortable home is the absolute top priority. If you are uncomfortable in your home, give them a call at 574-936-4660. Follow them on Facebook. Let Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning help you take control of your comfort. Time to announce the Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game. Mitch.
Time now for our Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game, given in memory of Ashley Derrickson, a 2008 graduate of North Judson St. Pierre High School, who battled cancer throughout her high school career before losing that battle on December 12th of 2008. Before we give you that answer, we are going to bring in head coach of the South Central Satellites, Ben Anderson. Coach, big-time win. You got to be very happy with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Pleased with our performance tonight. It's nice to really see our team come together and kick someone's butt. So
absolutely.
It's been a long time coming. We've been working hard toward that. We were used to doing that last year. They've been a little bit tougher to come by this year, but they're playing very well and playing well together. We had 5 girls score in double digits tonight, which is almost unheard of and just kind of unbelievable. And, so you can shut down one and next man's going to step up. So just really, really proud of these young ladies on a overall pretty good defensive effort and outstanding offensive effort.
Well, we both would be remiss if we didn't talk about Olivia Marks cracking that 1,000 point. I know you weren't wanting to talk too much about it in the pregame, but now that that's over with, we can now let you loose. Go ahead and talk about Olivia Marks.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm pretty superstitious, so I don't like to talk about those things before they happen. But just incredibly proud of that young lady. She's a fantastic human being and a great basketball player. She deserves that. She's worked really hard for it. She's a fourth-year starter. She's scored over 10 points per game on average for her entire career, averaging 16 points a game this year. Had 19 tonight. Had to get 11 to get that 1,000 point. And how cool, how very special to be only the 7th player in South Central history to reach the 1,000 point scoring mark.
And I think the great thing about it was nothing was forced. It didn't feel like, you guys stuck with your offense regardless, and it wasn't, okay, we're going to make sure she gets 11 points right out of the gate.
Yeah.
It all came to her. She got the 1,000 point within the flow of everything, and that really just speaks to the team chemistry you guys have. As you said, multiple players in double figures, probably double figure steals as well. But, it was just a great all-around team effort, but the emphasis, obviously, anytime you have a player go over 1,000 points, it's got to be exciting for you.
Yeah, it is. It really is. And I'm just so happy for her. And to open the game, Hope Welsh was hot. And so, we have literally not talked at all about Olivia scoring 1,000 points. We just have not. Her dad's, a hardcore basketball guy, and he would not want that attention on, any single player, particularly his daughter. But, and me being superstitious doesn't help that a little bit too. But yeah, there was zero emphasis on that. We were hoping it would just come naturally, and it did. When we opened the game, and Hope Welsh has 4 threes tonight, went 4 for 10, 40% from behind the arc is pretty darn good. And I think she even probably might have been 3 for 4 early on, 3 for 5.
Yes, she was
early on, and so she had the hot hand, and we just said, you get it to her, get the ball to her, and they shared it really well. And definitely no emphasis on trying to get there. I'm really just pleased that it came naturally.
Yeah, and I think one of the other things that maybe the scoreboard doesn't reflect, your girls were really able to respond. Oregon Davis started to play much, much better after that first quarter, and they were making some things happen. Your girls were able to respond to Oregon Davis kind of making some mini runs here and there. They didn't just settle for, hey, we started off good, that's good enough. Once they got smacked around a couple of times, they responded to that, and that's what you like to see as well. Your girls not settling.
Yeah, absolutely. Oregon Davis shot it extremely well tonight. They only had 14 shot attempts at halftime, according to our stats, but they hit 7 of them. They were shooting 50% at halftime.
Yeah, they were doing well.
Had they not turned it over as much as they did,
it'd been a closer.
Definitely could have been a closer game. And I'd like to think that some of those turnovers were a credit to our press. But I think our stats showed 26 turnovers on the night for Oregon Davis. And while they turned it over themselves plenty, I like to think that we forced quite a few of those as well. And so I think that was a big factor in the overall spread of this game.
Yeah, and a lot of that I think has to do with the communication your team has defensively. Your girls work so well together, moving not just on the offensive end, but especially defensively. They're talking to each other. They're able to anticipate where the passing lanes are going to be and those types of things, and then scoring in transition. The chemistry of this team is incredible for you guys.
It is. It really is.
Yeah, and it has been from the get-go. And, we've hit some bumps in the road as well.
Sure.
And, we've had some nights where we just haven't shot it very well. I told you in the pregame we shot 20% against North Judson the other night and could not hit the broadside of a barn and, and just had a rough night. But, yeah, the chemistry of this team really has been special. And, the funny thing is I'm glad you said that, that you see them communicating so well and playing together so well, because we actually even talked a little bit in the locker room about how we need to communicate even more than what we're doing, and maybe I'm just so used to a certain expectation that when I don't quite see what I want, it doesn't always make me happy. But I'm glad to hear you say that, just someone different, because I think the girls would argue with me that maybe that when I said they weren't communicating enough.
How often do you have to talk to high school kids about talking more? That just, it doesn't feel natural.
Especially girls.
Well, who do we have here, Coach? We have someone special, maybe?
Yeah, we have a very special young lady here, the 7th 1,000-point scorer in South Central history, Olivia Marks.
Coach, thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.
Well, Olivia, 1,000 points in your career. We've never met. I'm Mitch Columbi. Nice to meet you, but I know all about you after your performance tonight. unbelievable. And Harold Welter would agree with me on that, saying that you just did a fantastic job tonight. Tell me overall your career. Let's just round it up. I know that's kind of tough in 4 years, but 1,000 points in 4 years. Talk about your career here at South Central.
I really have been fortunate enough to play with a great group of girls since my freshman year. I mean, from my freshman year, I've gotten to play with 2 1,000-point scorers. And I mean, I've always looked up to them. That's always been like my number one goal. And a lot goes out to my coaches also, always helping me and pushing me to be the best that I can be. And yeah.
So when you hit that 1,000th point, I mean, you had to have known because the whole crowd just cheered out loud. I mean, and head coach Anderson had mentioned it wasn't the focus of tonight's game by any means. In fact, Hope Welsh was on
definitely.
fire early on. But once you kind of started turning things around and got those 11 points in, especially that 1 point, talk about that moment when you knew and after hearing the crowd roar. What was that like for you?
It was definitely unexplainable moment. I mean, it was not necessarily a lot of pressure, but I felt the pressure to get those points because everyone's watching.
Yeah.
And it was just really exciting.
Well, and then they presented you with with a ball that says 1,000 points in your career, and then the nice banner. They even took a timeout for you, and even Oregon Davis had stood up to clap. I mean, that's just showing you, I think, what your accomplishments really mean. And in the state of Indiana, basketball is king. And you know that. Well, in your case, queen. So, I mean, fantastic job. Is there anybody you'd like to give a shout-out to this evening?
I definitely like to give a shout-out to all of my teammates since my freshman year and my dad, Scotty Marks.
What are your parents' names?
Bridget Marks and Scotty Marks.
And I know that they're big supporters of you.
They are.
You got any questions for our 1,000-point individual here?
I think the biggest thing would be tell us a little bit kind of your development as you've gone through. I mean, you've had so many great role models as you were growing up, such a great tradition here. Who are some of those people who really inspired you as you were growing up, going through the camps and watching the varsity teams play? Who are some of those individuals who really kind of inspired you to reach this level of individual success?
Ever since I've been able to play basketball, going to the camps when Coach Budko was the coach,
right.
I would always look up to Riley Popwell, obviously. I mean, she was just an all-around stud, and just watching her made me want to be like her. And I also always looked up to Jill Rosenbaum. She was always under the hoop rebounding, and I mean, it was just amazing to watch them, and they all scored 1,000 points. So now I feel like one of them. So
and being in that company with those legendary names that we all remember very well, I mean, it's got to be a dream come true for you right now. So congratulations on a great night, a great individual accomplishment, but you're not done yet.
I was about to say that.
Keep working.
Yeah.
But again, congratulations. Can't tell you enough how much fun it's been watching.
And
you.
I think this is a good question for you being a leader on this team. What is your goal for this team now? Now that you've got the 1,000-point, it's in the rear view. What is your goal for this team?
My goal is definitely to progress as a team. I mean, we have the Valpo Holiday Tournament coming up, and our first round is against Shelbyville, and they're a very tough team.
Yeah, that's so crazy. That's where I'm from.
Yep. So this week we definitely need to, or next week technically, we definitely need to buckle down and watch
She's taking on the
and,
Golden Bears.
Yes, definitely.
That is so weird. Of course, Central, that's 3 hours away,
yep.
So a lot of traveling for you guys. Well, hey, congratulations on the 1,000th point. We appreciate you stopping by and talking to us. And who knows, the Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game's coming up. Who do you think that's going to be, Nate?
I have no idea. I wasn't paying attention.
Thanks for your time, Olivia.
You so
appreciate
much.
you. Absolutely. That's Olivia Marks, big-time leader on this South Central Satellites team. As we're going to take a break, we'll tell you who's earned that honor of the Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game after this word from 5-star.
5-Star, the largest meat and grocery store in the area, focused on quality, value, and customer service. The 5 stars in the name of the store come from 5 family members of the original owners serving in World War II, each one represented by a blue star on a flag hanging in the front window of the family home. That's why even decades later, 5-Star is known for its dedication to service. Now that dedication means savings for you. 5 Star, one of the We Care stores, the area's largest meat and grocery store, focused on quality, value, and customer service. Located, you know where, in the Knox Mall.
Well, Nate, I hope it wasn't too hard for you to decide who is our Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game tonight.
Well, she made it easy for us as the 5'8 senior Olivia Marks got over the 1,000-point career mark, as we have been speaking about. Joins a great company here at South Central, both girls and boys legends. Olivia Marks now one of them, eclipsing 1,000 points, and a lot of season left to go for this Lady Satellites team. So she's going to continue to climb up that 1,000-point board here at South Central, and another great name to go with other great names here at South Central, and we certainly do feel privileged that we were here tonight to see that very special moment, and great moment for the schools, and Oregon Davis. You know, they've been a part of a lot of those 1,000-point nights, as they have a very rich history basketball as well. Their fans did a great job of being respectful, of appreciating the moment, as well as Olivia went over that 1,000-point mark, and just such an exciting moment. So we thank Olivia for making this decision very easy for us. That is our Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game.
Congratulations to Olivia Marks for being named our Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game. Join us tomorrow morning on the Saturday Sports Line, the longest-running high school sports show in Indiana. We will have several of our area head coaches on hand, as we will be going live at 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central on 99.3 FM and streaming around the world on WKVI.com. I invite you to follow us on social media, on Facebook at Sports to the Max, on Instagram at WKVI Sports, and on Twitter at KVB Sports for all Kankakee Valley Broadcasting sports content. Hey, we remind you about tomorrow night as the KVB sports schedule takes us to the Bobcat Den for Hall of Fame night at Oregon Davis for a girls and boys doubleheader. Special guest sports analyst and big-time sponsor of KVB Sports, Brian Hammond of Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning will be joining me for a fantastic evening. That's tomorrow night, 4:30 p.m. Central, right here on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Final word from you tonight, Nathan.
Hey, it's always fun when you see South Central and Oregon Davis competing in any sporting event. Again, with South Central being on the plus side of the ball game tonight, they did a great job of getting a very good team win. For Oregon Davis, yeah, you're on the short end, but as we've said multiple times throughout this ball game, that team grew up tonight right in front of our eyes. Those last 3 quarters, they were playing like a varsity basketball team. So while they still have a ways to go, I think we saw a lot of very positive strides taken by the Lady Bobcats. And don't fall asleep on Coach Lady. She knows what she's doing, and she's got these girls heading in the right direction. Oregon Davis isn't going to be down for long.
Well, I appreciate you being here, Nate. It means a lot to me, and you do so well, and you're very good at what you do, and I appreciate you stepping in tonight. It really means a lot to me, Nate.
Well, I appreciate the invitation, and I appreciate the entertaining game, and now I'm going to go home and go to sleep because I got to work in the morning.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
It's been great, Mitch.
Hard
Thanks
worker.
a lot.
Absolutely, Nate. Well, from all of us here at KVB, we thank you for listening to Indiana High School Sports. For our in-game producer, Chris DeGard, our sports analyst, Nathan Welter, our in-game announcer, John Thompson, I am Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues. This is Kankakee Valley Broadcasting.
Thank you for listening to Indiana High School Basketball on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Sponsored in part by Coca-Cola, Culver Portside Marina, Nepco Crane and Equipment Services, specializing in mobile crane service, Dairy Queen of Winamac, Patrick Auto Group, Farm Fertilizers, First Farmers Bank and Trust, Lawrence Farms, Mark's Body Shop in Knox, Zingo Express, Jane Express, Pulaski Memorial Hospital, Stark County Co-op, Ancilla College, The Auto Park with locations in LaPorte, Plymouth, and Bremen, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, Collins Insurance, Howard's Marathon of Winamac, and 5 Star. We thank our sponsors for their dedication in supporting local high school sports.